cornerbacks, and 2 punters. And they even had to have open tryouts for their latest quarterback, Peter Roberts, who is a freshman architectural student and beat out 28 other hopefuls. That's how bad it has been. Now they want to end against Hawaii, deny Hawaii that bowl bid, and here they are, Washington State. They're battered, they're patched up, and ready to play.
So the moral of that story, Jim, is Hawaii better win tonight. It is tailor-made for them to get that 7th win, get to bowl eligibility, get to that Hawaii Bowl, because next week the competition goes up markedly in a nationally ranked Cincinnati, the champions of the Big East Conference. So Hawaii needs a win here tonight to get to that Hawaii Bowl spot. They have some injuries on their side of the football. Ryan Mutan won't be seeing any action tonight. Hawaii needs to have the rest of the guys on the team rally around their teammates to get the win against Washington State, because we saw what happened against Utah State. If Hawaii is caught napping, they can be taken here.
Well, we'll find out when we come back. We'll get things underway. Washington State of the Pac-10 against Hawaii. And she will stand up on that board, and that's not easy. That's not easy at all.
Shaky. She's looking shaky.
The keys to tonight's game are sponsored by Kaiser Permanente. Live well, be well, and thrive.
Well, it's all about the timing for Washington State. There's no time like the present, because the season has been a wash. They already won the Apple Cup. That's a positive on their season, and this is their season finale. They're not going to a bowl game, and there's no time like the present to go out with a bang. But for Hawaii, the time is now. They got Cincinnati Big East champs coming in next week. And if they want to get to that 7th win, that magical 7th win to take them to the Hawaii Bowl, this is a game tonight that they have to have. They've dropped a couple this season that they should not have, at least on paper. San Jose State and also Utah State. This game here against Washington State would be in that category. This is definitely one that Hawaii needs to take.
Hawaii comes in to this game at 6-5. They're 5-3. They've completed their WAC schedule. They were 5-3 in the WAC. As you look at Greg McMackin, Hawaii's head coach, 2 coaches in their first season tonight. McMackin at 6-5. And then for Washington State, their coach, Paul Wolf, coming over from Eastern Washington. He coached at Eastern Washington from 2000 until 2007. He's in his first season at 2-10. There is always that bromide that comes out when Hawaii enters the game as a big favorite. After all, this is a Pac-10 team. And people have said that all week. When Hawaii comes in here over 20 points in being the favorite, Hawaii has been able to win the toss, and they will defer. Washington State will run it from the north end zone to the south end zone. There you see Dan Keller. Kevin Norrell is deep. Number 29 out of Los Angeles. He went to Long Beach Poly. So we're ready to get underway here. This being a game that Hawaii must win in order to relax a bit before next week's confrontation with Cincinnati, who today are celebrating being the champions of the Big East. And they're going to a BCS Bowl. Kelly kicking off. Norrell watches it bounce through the end zone, and Washington State will put the ball in play at the 20-yard line. Kevin Lopina is their quarterback, 6'3", 228-pound junior. He's from Pleasanton, California, started his football career at Kansas State, and he went to De La Salle High School, a high school of note. He is 85 of 147 in passing, 818 yards. He has no touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
That's insane. Numbers you're not used to seeing out of Washington State.
Washington State slips into the I formation. This is Tardy. Big hole. 30. Tardy all the way out to the 40-yard line. Dwight Tardy. Hawaii well scouted on that one. Dwight Tardy out of Walnut, California. Went to St. Paul High School in Walnut, California. That's his 121st carry Adam Leonard finally chased him down.
That hole opened up big, and that's for Washington State, that's the start that you need. You need a shot in the arm. It's been a tough season. You're coming off a win in the Apple Cup, 16-13 double overtime against Washington, and that's a 20-yard game to open things up.
Again, the I formation. Trying to get to the outside, unable to do it is Dwight Tardy. Hawaii really closed him off. Adam Leonard was there first. John Fanote able to drop in on the party. The starting lineups are sponsored by Hawaiian Tel Federal Credit Union, where membership is open to all island residents. Hilimai, you belong. This is the offensive line for Washington State. And the skill positions. There you see Tardy. Second down and 12. Pass is off mark. Intended for Brandon Gibson from Lupino. Gibson had started to come back for the ball, and it was thrown wide. Hawaii's defense, Vekuni, Watson, Leonard, and Fanote. The linebackers very active, Satele, Elimimian, and Leonard. Elimimian with the most tackles in the history of University of Hawaii football. Dowling, Monte, Thomas, and Roberts in the defensive secondary. Third down and 12. From the shotgun, Lopina throws long, and it is incomplete. He overthrew Brandon Gibson. Gibson was well covered, and we'll have our first punt. Jamil Dowling was the closest to him defensively.
And that's the downside to this Washington State offense. They get a big boost on their opening play with the 20-yard gain, but there's no consistency there. After that big game to start the game, then they just go up basically a 3 and out from there. Now they're back to punt.
Reed Forrest, this will be his 72nd punt of the season, 40.6-yard average, and his longest punt was 60 yards. Aaron Bain is back alone, standing at the 24. Line of scrimmage is the 38. A wobbler, but good distance. Bain, no fair catch, and that may have touched him. Did it touch him? Ball is picked up on the 3-yard line. We see what the officials say. No, it didn't touch him.
Yeah, from this angle, it looked like it went through his hands. But I guess by the body language, it tells you Aaron Bain didn't make a run back at it. He didn't try to get after it. Let's take a look at it.
58-yard punt. And there you see the ball. It's close to him, but he does not make contact with it.
That's a scary play, because if that ball kicks back at him, even if he doesn't want to touch it, he might not have a choice if it bounces off his lower leg. And a big break for Hawaii that it did not do that, but they're set up back inside their own 5 to start the game.
Daniel Libre opens in the backfield with Greg Alexander. Ball at the 3. Alexander, quick pass, and that is complete to the far side to Aaron Bain. Bain out over the 20-yard line to the 22. 18-yard pickup. Alexander's 85th pass of the season. His 85th completion, I should say, his 131st pass. And there you see Bain.
Out in front of him, Michael Washington and Malcolm Lane doing a good job of blocking downfield to get Bain free for a little bit of a gain there. Gets a first down out of it. If Hawaii can turn that into make that a consistent play there, expect to see a long breakaway out of that pass.
Alexander over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He has not thrown an interception since the Florida game, the opener of the season. Lays the ball off. That is complete to Bain. Bain carries across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. Good gain on the play. There's Hawaii's offensive line. Kia Leituli Estes, Tuiote Mariner, and Steinhoff. And in the skill positions, Salas, Washington, Bain, Lane, and Libre. So it will be second down and 4. Ball at the 28-yard line. Greg Alexander from the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Throws to where the blitz was coming, and it's incomplete to Aaron Bain. Aaron Bain has really been his favorite receiver so far in this young football game. The defense now for Washington State. Koyman, Amu, Turpin, and Mullenix across that defensive front. And Lewis Bland, Greg Trench, he's the leading tackler on this team, and Corey Evans. And then the defensive backfield of Giles and also their Wachaku along with Hicks and Dawes. David Farmer has come in, replacing Libre. 7 in the box. In trouble. Now running. 30, 35, 40. Midfield, and is flipped over there. What a play by Alexander. 22-yard pickup. Alexander was surrounded by white shirts, and all of a sudden it opened up for him. And he said, hey, I'll take advantage, and he did. Devin Giles finally made the stop out of Tampa, Florida.
The pocket closes on Greg Alexander. He breaks it to the near side, and there was nothing but wide open real estate in front of him. Outruns a defensive lineman, actually a linebacker, to get to that spot in a big gain. And Greg Alexander's made a name for himself in getting those extra yards with his legs to get first downs.
Triple wide receiver to the right for Hawaii. First down from midfield. Alexander steps up. He'll run again. He is in space. Slides inside the 40 to the 39. An 11-yard pickup.
Washington State is going to have to put this thing into attack mode here if they're going to end the season with some success, because that time they came out with a 3-man front. The Hawaii offensive line neutralized that. At the snap of the ball, all the linebackers, 4 of them, dropped way deep into coverage, about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. So when Alexander came through for the second straight play, he had wide open spaces in front of him. Daniel
Libre back with Alexander in the shotgun. Again, a 3-man front. Alexander lays it off, and that time he babied it too much. It was intended for Libre. Tried to set him up on the near side.
Matt Mullenix sniffed that one out, broke off his pass rush, and went out there to try to make a play on it. Maybe forced Alexander to throw that a little higher than he wanted to.
Ball at the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 10 for Hawaii. Again, Washington showing the 3-man front, but they will now send up some linebackers. Started with the 3-4. See if they blitz here. 2nd down and 10. Alexander throws. That is complete. Outside and inside the 30-yard line to Aaron Bain. Aaron Bain and Alexander. I mean, they're playing catch here. And another 11-yard gain in the first down, all the way to the 28-yard line.
Washington State just getting no pressure on Alexander with that 4-man rush that time. They did manage to close the pocket after Alexander stood back there for a little while. But he keeps his wits about him, steps up in the pocket, finds Bain for another pretty good gain there. And Hawaii, on their first possession, started back inside the 5. They are moving it.
First down from the 28-yard line. Salas and Washington are to the far side. Ball is given on a sweep to Libre. Libre inside the 20, all the way to the 18-yard line. That's a 10-yard gain and another first down. So Hawaii on this opening drive, very, very impressive. Andy Mattingly, the defensive end, finally made the tackle.
And this is one of those situations where the pass opens it up for the run. You see the left defensive end for Washington State just cracks down at the snap of the ball, finds himself out of position as Libre runs right by him. And Hawaii, with the big gain there again on first down, sets up a 2nd and less than 1.
Hawaii in the red zone. They're 30 of 41 in the red zone 73% in this season. Ball is given up the middle to David Farmer. And Farmer looking for the first down. Very short gain. It was 2nd down. He loses yardage. Kind of trips over his own interference. Mattingly and Mullenix, the M&M boys, halt his progress, and that will bring up 3rd down and about a yard.
Yeah, conservative play call there, but you kind of get the feeling for Hawaii offensive coordinator Ron Lee that he can pretty much call anything in the playbook Before that play was run, Hawaii was averaging just under 10 yards per play. And that's almost a first down a play. So Hawaii feeling confident to go with a conservative route.
Alexander looking left now, throws. That's complete. That's to Salas at the 5. Salas at the 1. Touchdown. 19-yard touchdown throw by Alexander. And Alexander, that's his 9th touchdown pass. And for Greg Salas, who has come in, that's his 3rd touchdown reception.
Hey, you've heard of a tackle eligible. This is tackle optional. Salas just comes into contact with the members of the Washington State secondary, and they might as well not have even been out there because he just ran through them to take it into the end zone. And just like that, Hawaii gets on the board.
Dan Kelly for the PAT. It is up. It is good. Kelly, 33 of 35 in point after touchdowns at this point in the season. 7-0 Hawaii.
You're a true Outback fan when you think great coverage is crispy bacon wrapped around a fillet on our mixed grill with sweet shrimp and sautéed scallops. You think a winning catch is our pecan-crusted trout, candied pecans drizzled with butter sauce. Let's go Outback tonight. One of our new fan favorites for a limited time. Let's go Outback tonight. Crave on.
NBC Monday.
Come on, Chuck! You said you know how to work the system.
An alliance will be broken.
I'd kill you.
Power will be stolen.
I lost my abilities. Hero did too.
And revenge
Look at you now.
will be taken.
You're nobody.
Chuck.
No, Casey, stop! You're gonna get Chuck!
Heroes.
Where? Help! We need help now!
And my own worst enemy. It's all new. Monday.
Best day ever.
On NBC.
Central Pacific Bank sponsors the Loyalty Award by donating $100 for every touchdown Hawaii scores. Central Pacific Bank, member of the FDIC. Hawaii has scored 1 touchdown so far tonight. 19-yard touchdown pass from Alexander to Salas. 97 yards in 10 plays. 4 minutes and 37 seconds of elapsed time. And on that drive, Alexander, 55 yards in passing, 33 yards in rushing. Kicking off is Kelly. Morrell again is deep. This time he'll return it. He takes it on the 2. Trying to get outside. Good move at the 20. And finally succumbs at the 22-yard line. Greg Salas, by the way, out of Chino, California. His best game, 7 receptions, 91 yards against New Mexico State. So he starts off with a 19-yard touchdown reception here. First down for Washington State. They trail 7-0. And they have been in all kinds of trouble statistically this year. Category after category, they're near the bottom of the statistical pile in the NCAA. First down from the 22. Ball is given to the far side. With it is Dwight Tardy. Tardy with a short gain from the 22 to the 25. John Fonoti halts his progress there, and that'll bring up second down for the Cougars. Washington State just going through a bad time.
Yeah. And you wonder, how can a Pac-10 team or any BCS conference team find themselves at a point where they are that bad? I mean, we keep talking about it. It's a Pac-10 school. You figure just by being in the Pac-10, they would attract some athletes, but this year it's just not proven to be the case for Washington State or Washington.
Ball is kept. Lapina to run. Lapina slides to about the 30-yard line. Good pressure by David Vaikuni, or Vaikuni, I should say. Vaikuni out of Wahiawa, went to Fresno Community College, and he finally tracks the play. As you see the pressure right there, just missed him.
Yeah, Vikuni just pushed just beyond the play. It has been raining here pretty much all day. It rained right at kickoff, but maybe that had something to do with it. The jersey is a little slippery there, but Vikuni came close to getting a sack.
3rd and 4. Chased out of the pocket and sacked. Great sack by John Fonoti. That's his 2nd sack of the year. Hawaii came into this game with 27 sacks and 13 interceptions. And that is sack number 28, of course.
Yeah, so
another punting situation.
The last time Vikuni just got pushed out of the way. This time on the other side, Fonoti takes a little bit more of an outside stance, goes right around the tight end, and that's all she wrote. Lapina had no shot as Fonoti hits him pretty much on a dead run.
Michael Washington is deep. One thing that Hawaii is last in the NCAA is punt returns. That's a running punt that time by Forrest. Bounces, taken by Washington, eludes one man, spins, down he goes. So Michael Washington trying desperately to get to the sideline so he could turn the corner. 44-yard punt, 2-yard return. Hawaii goes to work again, leading 7-0.
Rob, I'll get right to it. You're great, and I want you to lead the chicken team. Your first order of business will be my new buttery, crispy home-style chicken filet. You can get it on my Ranch Chicken Club or my breakfast chicken biscuit, both served all day.
Thanks, Jack. Pick the right guy. I am your chicken man.
Rob, you got the job. Cool it.
The first year we entered Merry Monarch was 1979. We haven't missed a year since then. One of the best parts is getting on that Hawaiian Airlines plane every year, because once we get on that plane, we're all together in a canoe and we stay together until we get back to Oahu. It's way too much fun to miss.
Born and bred in these islands, only one airline is Hawaiian.
Hi, I'm looking for an interest checking account.
Sure, I can help you with that.
Well, I'd also like a free debit card and free online bill payment.
How about free personal identity theft service?
Yeah, that would be nice.
While we're at it, let's throw in free checks. For life!
Really? All of that?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's that?
With ASB Interest Checking, get checking that pays and all the features you want.
You know I can see you.
Only at American Savings Bank.
This health report is sponsored by HMSA, working for a healthier Hawaii. Marshall Lobestall, he's out for the season with knee injuries. The quarterback, one of the many quarterbacks to suffer injuries. Lyle Mouton and Kealoha Polaris not playing tonight because of injuries. First down for Hawaii. The ball is at the 39, 7-0. They come out in double wide receivers. The throw is complete to Salas, and Salas is surrounded by the white shirts. Another completion.
That's about a 9-yard gain right there on first down. The opening drive went 10 plays, 97 yards. My math, not my strong suit, but I worked it out to be 9.7 yards per play. That's pretty good. Washington State's going to have to come up with some sort of answer, either attack or play a better scheme or something back there, because if not, it's going to be a long night for them. Hawaii's just chewing up the yardage here in the first couple of possessions.
Tyree Toomer and Chima Wachaku double team Salas on that last play, 2nd down and 1. Looking. Now he throws. That's complete. Coming back to get it is Salas. He's at the 35 down the sidelines, inside the 25-yard line. And that was just patience. That was just patience and waiting. Hicks finally diagnosed the play, and it's a big game, a 25-yarder for Salas.
Now watch the play by the secondary right here. It's not good at all. They had him. They had Salas in there, boxed in. There were 5 guys there, and he just turns and runs away from all of them. And another big game for Hawaii, just like that there, right outside the red zone.
Hawaii first down at the 24-yard line. Libre in the backfield along with Alexander. Alexander the Libre looking for a hole, and he can't find one. Maybe he steps into the secondary, and then everything turns white. Kendrick Dunn from Hearne, Texas. And the linebacker there to challenge him. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 24. You look at Mullenix. Mullenix, one of those players who was granted a 6th year of eligibility this year. And he's been able to hug the Apple Cup trophy 4 times. Alexander, here comes the blitz. Alexander looks for Salas. And Salas bumped down the near sideline. That ball was not catchable. And that will bring up 3rd down.
And there you see a little bit of that right there. Washington State, they're playing back in the first series. Hawaii was chewing them up. Also in the first couple of plays of this series, same story for Hawaii. That time they put a little pressure on Greg Alexander, and he had Salas out there. A couple of defenders right there with him, but the pass not catchable. And Washington State comes away with a win on that play. Now it's 3rd and 10. Let's see how Hawaii can answer here.
Farmer back in as the running back. 3rd down and 10. Alexander steps up in the pocket. Will he run? He will, and he will be very close to the 1st down. Alexander is not going to win, as we said before, any Baryshnikov awards. But he has the ability to make people miss. And that's enough for a 1st down.
Well, not only that, some of the quarterbacks, they say they have an internal clock. He has an internal distance meter because he just finds a way to just barely get the 1st down. Every time he takes off with it, he seems to get the 1st down by 6 inches. But Hawaii will take it.
So Hawaii converts on 3rd down. Triple wide receiver now to the left. Alexander gives it on a handoff to Libre. And Libre, another short game, knifing inside the 15 to about the 12. Louis Bland from Modesto, California, there to make the stop.
And he's an example of some of the troubles with this Washington State defense. Bland, just a freshman, and he's not very big at all. 5'10", 200 pounds as a linebacker in Division I football. That's problematic if you're going to try to stop the run, but that time his speed got the job done for the Cougs.
2nd down and 8 for the 1st down. Alexander throws it high, intended for Salas, a timing pattern into the end zone. Speaking of Louis Bland, the linebacker, his best game was last week. He had against Oregon State. He had a 16-yard interception return for a touchdown against Oregon State off of quarterback Lyle Moivao. But he is very quick, 4.5 in the 40. Big 3rd down play right here for Hawaii, and they're operating against a very short field. They come out, triple wide receiver to the right, 3-man front. Linebacker showing blitz. Alexander steps up, throws into the end zone. That is incomplete. Is it interference? It is. Malcolm Lane was the intended receiver. Romeo Pelham made contact deep, had a hold of him, and we'll have some analysis here.
It's just a simple in route. At that time,
pass interference.
Lane,
defense number 2.
Having some issues with the defense along with our replay machine, but you see it right here.
First down.
Washington State trying to attack on defense right there, but the defensive back gets into the back pocket of Malcolm Lane. That draws the flag. And Washington State, again, having some issues here on defense.
1st and goal to go for Hawaii. 3:21 left to play in the 1st quarter. And they're on the front porch again. Single back is Libre. Alexander from the 3. Libre. Touchdown. Right up the middle. I mean, he drove it up the driveway that time. So Libre with a rushing touchdown. That's his 6th of the season. His best game, 88 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, also against New Mexico State. Excellent blocking up front by that offensive line. Estes, Leichuli, Mariner. It really opened up the hole for him.
Yeah, they did. They had one linebacker in there at Washington State. The rest of them played gaps up front, and it just did not matter. Hawaii gets them out of the way and gets the score.
The extra point is perfect by Dan Kelly. 3:18 left to play in the first quarter. Hawaii leading 14-0. And so far, offensively, no problems.
Sharing the breath of life. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Hawaii's football holiday tradition is back with another great matchup. The Sheraton Hawaii Bowl is coming this Christmas Eve. The Pac-10 is back to battle the WAC in a wide-open Western-style shootout. Don't miss this exciting matchup. It's a pigskin paradise, and you can be there by calling 808-548-BOWL. Or log on to SheratonHawaiiBowl.com. Get your tickets now.
Have a cool Yule with Ala Moana Center and KHNL NBC8. Play the Christmas Gift of Aloha giveaway and fill your stockings with a $150 gift certificate from one of Ala Moana Center's merchants. VIP tickets to Ala Moana Center's Christmas Gift of Aloha show. Free valet parking throughout December and more. Watch KHNL News 8 today every Friday through December 12th for your chance to win. Celebrate the holidays with Ala Moana Center and KHNL NBC8.
Hawaii now leading 14-0. 61 yards on 8 plays, 2 minutes and 18 seconds of elapsed time. Libre, a 2-yard run. Big play in that drive. Alexander de Salas, 28 yards.
Well, this is shaping up to be, unless something drastic happens, a blowout of note. Washington State's averaging 2 yards a play. Hawaii averaging over 8.
Norrell again from the 2. Norrell, big hole. Norrell up the sideline and steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And Dan Kelly pushed him out.
Yeah, one of the wedge breakers for Hawaii came down, met up with the wedge. I think it's Torres. No, it's I missed the number on him, but he ran right through the wedge. And he met so little resistance, he ran right by the ball carrier as well. Let's see what Washington State does with it. They have the ball right near midfield at the 40-yard line.
First down for Washington State, trying to get something going offensively. Tardy. That was the first play of the game, and they tried to run it again this time. It is a short gain. Short of the 45-yard line. Joshua Leonard there, along with Solomon Elimimian. Elimimian, that's his 405th tackle. More tackles than anybody in the history of the program, the University of Hawaii program. And these two teams go all the way back to 1925. 1925 they first played each other. Then again in 1929. Draw play. Tardy bouncing off tacklers and even his interference. And he is tackled by David Vekuni short of the first down. Got out to about the 47-yard line. Good explosion that time by Tardy. So these two teams played first in 1925. Hawaii winning that one. Then Washington State in 1929 winning. And they played again in 1999. And it was 22-14 Washington State. Now they play tonight. And in 2009, the second game of the season, guess who? Washington State. 3rd down and 2. Tardy trying for the first down. And I believe he's close. Very close. I believe they will give him the step needed to record the first down.
It's just straight up football right here. Washington State's going to push the pile to the left. Tardy gets behind him and just tries to buy himself some time, spots a hole. All he needs is a couple of yards. Bullets his way forward and gets that. But after that first big run by Tardy, he's been held in check, as is most of his Washington State offensive teammates.
Second first down of the game for Washington State. They have it at the 49, just inside Hawaii territory. The ball is presented to Lagwan Mitz, trying to spin outside, and Kiala Watson able to halt him immediately. Lagwan Mitz from Redmond, Washington. He had a 57-yard touchdown run last week against Washington. His father played for the Seattle Seahawks, and his mother ran track at Oregon. Mitz runs it here, but not very far.
That's got to be one for the all-name team as well. As you take a look at Kiala Watson, leads that pregame ha'a for the Warriors.
Second down and 11. Quarterback in trouble. And still in trouble. He finally goes down. Kevin Lopina. And Lopina had to, everything started to change to the color green in front of him. Francis Maka, excellent pressure that time. And that will bring up third down, long yardage, 3rd and 12 for Washington.
And you can see the difference in the players right there. They go with the play fake, this Washington State. Normally it buys you some time, but Lopina executes a fake, a pretty good fake. And he still has people in his face, and he's almost immediately under duress.
Third down and 12. I said Washington. This is Washington State. I apologize. Now a timeout has been called. And no, not a timeout. It's the end of the quarter. End of the first quarter. We were wondering. That was rather weird.
When you're saving the world from ordinary fast food, you don't always have time to sit down and eat. But with Arby's mozzarella sticks, loaded potato bites, and new berry delights roll shake, you don't have to. Gotta run.
Try Arby's new toasted subs. They're big, fresh, and available at the drive-thru. Made with savory meats, smothered with melted cheese, and piled high on toasted ciabatta bread. One bite'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's. Get your toasted subs at the drive-thru.
If we teach our kids to eat healthier, they grow up to be healthier adults.
Grandpa Cat!
And leave a legacy of wellness for the next generation. Healthy habits last a lifetime. Eat smart, eat healthy, enjoy.
Your key to unbelievable savings has arrived.
Announcing Ford Employee Pricing Plus. Now you pay what we pay. Plus, you get an additional $1,500 cash back on the 28 miles per gallon Ford Escape. And you can count on Ford Credit for the financing you need. Get employee pricing plus an additional $1,500 cash back. Get behind the wheel of a Ford Escape today and save over $3,700 with Employee Pricing Plus. See your Oahu Ford stores today.
Mahalo for visiting this year's Sony Expo. To show our appreciation, we have a great holiday offer for you. Buy a 40-inch Bravia LCD TV at any authorized Sony retailer and receive 3 free months of HD programming from Oceanic Time Warner Cable. That's right, 3 months of free HD programming. Sony is always there for you. With local factory service and parts, you never have to worry. Sony is the best Santa's helper you'll ever find.
Ah, that's refreshing. Yeah, it's drinkability. Simple concept. The sun is hot, which makes us hot. Bud Light is like a million tiny air conditioners, refreshing your whole body. Why not just one big one? Because it's a million. Just think it'd be more energy efficient.
The easy drinking taste of Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Hey, better, swing! Swing!
We begin the second quarter, third down, and a long 12. For Washington State, they have it at their own 49 now. Lapino in trouble, and they sack him again. Solomon Elimimian was first. David Vekuni was second. David Vekuni came in to this game with a total of 6.5 sacks. That makes 7.5. And another punt will ensue for Washington State. Here's a winning combination, Warrior Football and Outback Steakhouse. This season, catch all of the UH football action live at your neighborhood Outback and try their new Aussie Autumn Specials like the bacon-wrapped filet and seafood mixed grill. Michael Washington is deep. Reed Forrest will punt it, almost blocked. Washington takes it at the 20. 25, gets a block, gets another. He's at the 30. Gets to the 35-yard line. Good interference for Hawaii, trying to set up the wall to the near side. 39-yard punt and a 15-yard return. Greg Trent there to make the tackle for Washington State.
Grow your business today and advertise online with Skyway Broadband. Place an ad with Skywave and be seen in any or all of Skywave's Wi-Fi hotspots. Over 150 locations and growing. Catch the Wi-Fi wave today at skywavebroadband.net.
Today, weekdays from 5 to 7. No nonsense news, weather, and surf, plus the best traffic reports to get you on your way.
On Monday, Barbara Wallace's ties to the NFL and Major League Baseball, and students show us the robot they built.
The Jack Fact is sponsored by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's new sirloin steak and egg burrito, only at Jack in the Box, where breakfast is served all day. There you see Washington State, 23,000 students. 1890, the inception, and they play in Martin Stadium, a beautiful edifice, 35,000. First down for Hawaii. We have clock problems again in the stadium. That's why we were reticent when the first quarter ended. Alexander throws wide open at the 42-yard line is Bain, Aaron Bain. Aaron Bain really turning in quite a first half. Devin Giles finally figured things out for Washington State. 21-yard pickup for Hawaii, another first down.
And Bain took a shot at the end of that, comes out of the ball game. Looks like he's tweaked a little bit, but this is the difference between these two squads. Alexander, the pocket breaks down on him, still finds himself alive, keeps himself alive long enough to get the pass off down to Bain, and a big gain when it started off bad. That play did for Hawaii.
First down, the ball at the 43-yard line. Libre joining Alexander. Libre on a delay, finds a hole to the 40, to the 35, backs his way to the 34, gain of 9. That will bring up second down and 1. But here at Aloha Stadium, and we have seen this problem before, and that is that the clock does not work in the north end zone. That usually is the main clock. The other clock in the south end zone is still operative, and that shows 13:09 left.
And the play clocks are working just fine for the quarterbacks on both sides of the field. There you see it, that right above the actual time is that clock that's usually up there, but it's not working right now.
Second down and 1. Alexander looking left, now throws up the sideline. He wants the touchdown, and it's incomplete. Tried to time it to Greg Salas. Hawaii leading 14-0, just underway in the second quarter. But Alexander just has operated as if he has been in a pasture at times. Very little opposition and looking at vast expanses of green. So he takes off running.
And we keep bringing it up. Washington State, now at one point they were averaging 2 yards a play. Now they're averaging 1 yard a play. They've got 16 total yards on 13 plays. Hawaii 178 yards of total offense so far.
Libre back there with Alexander. Gets the handoff. Libre, short game, squeezes through into the secondary. He does have the first down. Kevin Koyman and Matt Eichelberger there to stop him for Washington State.
And that'll move the chains.
Well, I'll tell you one thing we've found out right now, that the key linkage to the clock is under this table. And we have people from the stadium under this table.
You're giving away trade secrets, Jim. Those are trade secrets.
They have real nice flashlights there. First down at the 31 for Hawaii. Alexander steps up in the pocket, looking, now throws. That is a complete crossing pattern, and that's to Greg Salas. Too much time, just too much time. 19-yard gain on another first down.
You know, but Washington State is trying to do something about it. That's the corner blitz is going to come right off the edge here. Corner blitz will break off the slot receiver for Hawaii. You don't even see him in the picture because he goes right by Greg Alexander. Alexander steps up in front of him, finds Salas. And that's at this point, it's just Hawaii. Their players, they're making plays. Washington State players are not, because that play call was there for Washington State. They just couldn't execute it.
Triple wide receiver now to the left for Hawaii. They are again in the red zone. Alexander gives it to Libre, trying to get outside. He's in trouble, and they swallow him up. Line of scrimmage was the 12, just outside the 12. And Libre is rolled to the turf outside the 15. Excellent play by number 33, Tyree Toomer, and Chima Wachaku.
And Lafu Tuioti Merida, number 51, and tried to circle him right there. He's coming over at pulling guard. Tries to get out there to lead block for Libre, but when it gets out there, there's 4 guys standing out there. And for one of the rare times in this game, Washington State comes with a good schematic right there and stops the Hawaii offensive play.
Second down and 15. David Farmer back in the backfield. Alexander looking with time, throws into the end zone, throws deep. Almost put it into the front row.
Before the ball was snapped, false start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Bill Lathan is the referee tonight. We've seen Bill on many occasions. This is his crew.
First penalty of the game for Hawaii, and that's good news for them. Lose 5 yards, they don't want that. But Hawaii having issues with penalties throughout the season, and to have your first penalty come with 10:33 left in the second quarter, Greg McMackin will take that.
2nd and 20. Alexander looks sideline, checks off, now goes to the other side. That is incomplete. He threw the ball too high. It was intended for Malcolm Lane.
Yeah, sometimes the offensive line can be too good. And we saw that right there. The offensive line gave Alexander about a month and a half to get rid of the football, and he just let Malcolm Lane drift and drift and drift. And he just kept drifting until the ball came at him, and he was right on the end line and couldn't stay in bounds with it.
Hawaii leading 14-0. Hawaii has to go all the way to the 2-yard line if they want to get a first down. Huge third down play here. Alexander rolling. Alexander still with the ball. Alexander will run. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, and out of bounds he goes. That'll be short of the first down. Ahi Amu there to make the stop. Ahi Amu out of San Diego, California, went to Sarah High School, number 92, 6-footer, 280-pound senior. Dan Kelly will come in to try the field goal. Kelly in field goals is 8-for-16, his longest of the year, 41. He's had 3 blocked. This will be a 28-yarder.
He chunked it.
And it is not good.
Drove it right by the near side upright.
So Hawaii gets into the red zone, but they come away with nothing. They continue to lead 14-0.
I learned early from my coaches that success comes from a lot of hard work. Then about 2 years ago, I thought my career might be over because of extreme pain in my shoulder. I couldn't practice, I could hardly even compete. I could have gone to any surgeon in the country, but I came to trust the bone and joint specialist at Straub because a coach of mine is one of them. They treated my shoulder, and now with their help, I'm back. When it really mattered, I chose Straub.
We've been looking for presents for so long.
We've got to find the perfect gifts.
Let's check out the North Shore Marketplace this holiday.
All the best surfwear.
Ooh, fine handmade jewelry and Christmas treasures.
Unique local gifts to fit everyone's budget.
It's a great holiday getaway.
Discover the North Shore Marketplace.
KHNL and K5, your choice for the most live local late-breaking newscasts in Hawaii. Weekday mornings, KHNL News 8 Today, then on the air and live on the web, KHNL News 8 now at 11.
Get all the news of the day on KHNL News 8 at 5, 6, and 10.
And watch newscasts at times more convenient for you. K5 News at 6:30 and K5 News at 9.
And with KHNL.com, you get the most news anytime, day or night. KHNL News 8 and K5 News, live, local, late-breaking.
At the conclusion of the regular season, each of the Warriors seniors will be presented with a plaque from the University of Hawaii Federal Credit Union. Ariel Chun will make the presentation to honor each senior's commitment and success as a University of Hawaii student athlete. First down from the 20 for Washington State. Lopina throws, and that ball gets out to about the 24-yard line. Kevin Norrell was there. He's out of Los Angeles, as we mentioned, Long Beach Poly. That's his 10th reception of the season, and he has 100 yards on the season as I speak.
Washington State just cannot get out of their own way. Then that time, Norrell lined up in the slot. He turned around, the pass came at him, and from the outside receiver spot, Brandon Gibson just kind of moved on into him. They're just getting in the way of each other.
Take the handoff to Tardy. And running is Lopina. Has the first down out to the 35-yard line. Brashton Satele chased him down, 10-yard pickup.
Not much of a play fake. The running back kind of bailed on Lopina before they could execute the fake, but it works out as Lopina rolls out to the far side, gets a first down out of it, a rare first down, just the third first down of this first half for Washington State.
Lopina has carried the ball more than 50 times. That was his 54th carry. And he now has 32 yards on the season. First down from the 35. Lopina looking, throws. That is complete. Good pass and good pattern. And that's another first down all the way out to midfield. And Brandon Gibson was the receptor. Adam Leonard and Desmond Thomas able to corral him on that play. Gibson was the leader in passes in the entire Pac-10 last year, and he's the all-time career leader for Washington State, 2,738, and you can pile on more yardage with that one. Number 4, excellent receiver. He's had a down year as everyone else at Washington State has had. Lopina gives the ball, big hole, 40, 35, and he's tripped up. That's Lagwan Mitz. And Mitz was on his way for the touchdown, and all of a sudden he lost his balance. 21-yard pickup. And he just raced through the Warriors secondary. Look at this hole.
Where is this Cougar offense been? All of a sudden on 3 plays, Washington State showing some life, coming out, moving it. Lagwan almost gone right there. But now they have the ball at about the 26-yard line, and they are moving it.
They overload the right side. It's Mitz turning the corner. Good blocking, 20. And Mitz is rolled down at the 18-yard line. Adam Leonard. And so they have found something in the Hawaii defense. And they've been able to take advantage of it. All of a sudden, their blocking has been very crisp. They're very good.
Big games all across the country in college football today. This might be one of the bigger ones. Oklahoma goes to Stillwater and picks up a 20-point win, 61-41. That Oklahoma offense can roll. That gives a three-way tie in the Big 12 South. And that means they won't know who the Big 12 South winner is until the BCS standings come out, because they have to take that tiebreaker into effect. So a big mess in the Big 12.
Mitz again. And Mitz with the first down as he gets to the 15-yard line. Adam Leonard. So all of a sudden they've opened it up around the ends. And they've angled to the outside with very good results. So Washington State trailing 14-0 have shown almost nothing on offense. This has been their biggest drive. So they're trying to cut the Hawaii lead in half. Gibson is flanked to the far side. Here they come again. They overload the right. Tardy is back in. Lapina throwing for the end zone for Gibson. He's open, but the ball is overthrown. And that'll bring up second down from the 15-yard line. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Bank of Hawaii will continue its recognition of excellence in collegiate athletics by sponsoring our choice of a player from each team as the most valuable players. Here comes Washington State again. Washington State trying to put together a scoring drive here. Second down and 10 from the Hawaii 15-yard line. Mitz single setback. Triple wide receiver. It is Mitz on a delay. Big hole. He's to the 10, and Mitz finally swallowed up at the 9-yard line. That'll bring up third down.
Boy, all of a sudden this Washington State offense has found its rhythm, and the numbers they were putting up were just horrifyingly bad here through the first quarter and first few minutes of this quarter. But look at this, Mitch, another big run for him, and this is a gut check time for this Hawaii defense. They've been kind of caught sleeping here. Now all of a sudden Washington State is putting in position to score. It's a time to step up for them, for Hawaii.
Third down, big third down play. The throw, it is incomplete. It was thrown behind the intended receiver, Jeshua Anderson. So Lopina does not connect. That will bring up fourth down, and the field goal team comes on.
I think it was Jameel Dowling in coverage out there for Hawaii. That ball was tipped around. It fell just in front of him at his feet. If he had caught that thing, he would have been long gone. He'd still be running. Kind of like Ryan Mouton's interception return against New Mexico State on the road.
Grassu comes in, Nico Grassu, and he will try a 26-yarder. Chip shot for Grassu. Kick is up, and he drills that one. Grassu out of Encino, California. He had 3 field goals against Washington. 37-yarder to win the game in double overtime. 14-3.
It's back, McDonald's Taro Pie, with real pieces of taro and a creamy, smooth filling, all wrapped in a golden brown pastry.
I think it's a toad. A toad.
No, people, they call them all frogs, Mr. Dove.
Well, frog or toad, he's supposed to say hammock. And yours look similar too. But does yours provide safety programs, fraud prevention? Are they cheap today and gone tomorrow? And when's the last time they paid a dividend? In workers' comp, hammock is your best value. Totally.
Toad-ally?
I think it has a nice ring to it.
Hammock, Hawaii's workers' comp specialist.
So, what's your job been like lately? Are you juggling too many tasks? And the boss keeps giving you more and more to do? Time to find a new career with JobLink 8 at KHNL.com. With hundreds of job listings and top-notch employers, you can post your resume and be on your way to a great new job. So get on the ball today. JobLink 8 at KHNL.com. This is My Network TV, K5, the home team.
This season, for each recorded quarterback sack by the Warrior defense, McDonald's of Hawaii will donate $500 to the UH Athletics Department. Mahalo to McDonald's of Hawaii. Warriors 3 quarterback sacks tonight, and they have 30 on the season. For Washington State, 71 yards in 10 plays, 26-yard field goal by Grassi. Nico Grassi. Kicking off is Patrick Rooney. Malcolm Lane lets it bounce by him. Malcolm Lane watches the ball go out of bounds, and that's a penalty. So Washington State knows about Malcolm Lane and his ability to return kickoffs. They tried to pin him into the corner, and the ball tumbled out of bounds. Purchasing UH tickets has never been easier. Buy your individual game tickets online.
Free kick out of bounds. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. First down, Hawaii.
You can print them on your home or office computer. Season ticket holders can resell tickets or transfer them via email to friends and family. Check out these and other new conveniences at the new HawaiiAthletics.com. First down for Hawaii at their own 40-yard line. Alexander and Farmer in the backfield. Alexander now throws. That is complete to Washington. The Washington is wrapped up after only a 1-yard gain, and we have a late penalty flag. When you see that, it's a personal foul. Tyreen Chumer was there to make the tackle. And so Bill Athan, the referee, will inform us as to the call. Hawaii already backing up.
After the ball was dead, personal foul, 89 offense.
Malcolm Lane.
That is a 15-yard penalty. It will be second down.
It's Michael Washington with the ball. I don't know if they see there kind of a ticky-tack foul. What do you think of Malcolm Lane engaged with the defender, pushed him past the pile?
Second down, long yardage for Hawaii. Second down and 24. Ball at the 26. Quick pass. That is complete to Salas. And Salas is roughed up.
So for Hawaii, so far in this ball game, it's been working on all phases pretty much. On defense, David Vicuna has had a big game. So has John Fonoti. Get to the quarterback, Lupino, right there. Then they go to the air, does Hawaii. Alexander hits Salas. What's the poor tackling by Washington State as he takes it in for Hawaii's first touchdown of the game, but then it's Daniel Libre keeping it on the ground. The air and ground attack putting Hawaii up 14-3 at this point. And so far, Hawaii's just made it look easy.
Hawaii out in double wides again. Third down, long yardage. Alexander with time. Now throws. That is complete. Coming back for the ball. And he makes the catches. Michael Washington. Washington advances the ball to the 42-yard line. So that'll bring up fourth down, and Hawaii will have to punt it away. Tim Grasso is back to punt. The complexion of this game, the momentum of this game changed when Dan Kelly missed the field goal. Since that time, Washington State has become quite feisty.
It also didn't help that I talked about how great Hawaii was looking, and they come back for their first punt.
Here's Norrell. He gets away from one man and then tripped up at about the 8-yard line. Joe Pierre Davis. Good job on the special team.
Guyton Galdera, and I believe it's Eric Block, number 5, defensive back for Washington State. About a mile and a half from the play, they were engaged. Galdera, the gunner in that formation on the punt cover unit, they were getting into it on the near side of the field, and this is going to draw a flag.
The kick, holding on the receiving team, number 5. That penalty is assessed half the distance from the end of the kick. First down, Hawaii.
And that's why they got into it, because the Block, number 5, held up on Galdera. He didn't like it, but he drew no flag. Block did. That sets Washington State further back.
So it's a 52-yard punt. And it is first down for Washington State.
Hawaii had the ball here and went on a 97-yard march. Let's see what Washington State does.
High formation in the end zone. Lapina gives the ball, turning the corner, or trying to turn the corner. For Washington State is Mitz.
Abraham Elamimian is one of those guys that just finds his way to the football. He lines up as the linebacker right here. He's just going to find his way, gets through the block, and finds his way to the football. That's how you become the all-time leading tackler in Hawaii history, by just finding a nose for the football.
I'm sure Abraham was very good too, but that's Solomon.
Solomon, yes.
That could be a fumble. Hawaii is celebrating, and it may be a turnover. It is. That's one thing that Washington State has just suffered through game after game after game, is turning the ball over at inopportune times. Joshua Leonard recovered for Hawaii.
Never a good time for a turnover. The spot on the field is even worse. It's on the 5-yard line. And just a mishandle on the exchange between Lopina and his center. And boy, that's just going to put Hawaii in a position to just even increasingly put this thing away, as the center and the quarterback could not hook up on the exchange right there.
Libre, single setback. Alexander under center. First and goal to go from the 4. Libre falls down.
Yeah, Hawaii came out with a different formation that time. They had 2 receivers lined up in a 3-point stance on the near side of the field. Washington State looked at it today. We didn't see this thing on film, and they had it misaligned. Libre thought he was going to take it in for an easy touchdown on the near side of the field. Everything was in place except the cleats. And he goes down.
So now the line of scrimmage is the 6. Libre still the single setback. Under center is Alexander. Fakes the handoff to Libre. And then they sack him back at the 15-yard line. What a play by Kevin Koyman. Koyman, the defensive end, nobody really touched him. And Hawaii's going backwards and not looking good doing it.
Just a misassigned block. A missed assignment on the block right there by Hawaii. This Koyman right here. He's just going to break through. And the play is supposed to run away from him, but because nobody stopped him, he had a clean shot at the quarterback.
Malcolm Lane to the right, triple wide receiver to the left. Third down goal to go from the 15. Alexander lays it off to Libre at the 10, at the 5. Won't get into the end zone. That will set up a field goal attempt here by Dan Kelly. The last time he was down here for a cheap shot, Kelly missed it.
And the crowd,
now, is Hawaii going to gamble here? I don't know about this. Well, because that's a long way. That 5 yards is a long way on 4th down.
You're facing a defense that just conceded yards right there. They came out in a strange formation to the Washington State defense. They had 3 down linemen, and everybody else on defense, every linebacker, safety, and cornerback lined up across the field at about the 4-yard line. Very strange formation, and that allowed Hawaii to run the ball inside the 5.
Hawaii calls a timeout.
As a loan officer of Hawaiian-Tail Federal Credit Union, I can help make your dreams come true.
It's a joy to know that we can help provide members with a solid financial foundation so they can concentrate on their families.
My creative team brings you the products and services that you need, like free home banking, no annual fee Visa reward cards, and much, much more. We're always cooking up something great for you.
Hawaiian-Tail Federal Credit Union will take care of all your financial needs like they take care of me.
Elema, come along.
KHNL News 8 saves you money. Now you can eat out and just pay half. Watch KHNL News 8 today every Thursday at 6:35 a.m. for the featured restaurant. Then log on to KHNL.com and click on the Just Pay Half icon to purchase a $50 gift certificate for just $25. Tea at 1024 downtown has the best afternoon tea around, serving delicious teas, finger sandwiches, and homemade scones and pastries. Tea at 1024, tradition with an edge.
Get your career cooking. Literally. Call an affiliate of the Cordon Bleu Schools, North America. You can train as a culinary professional and work as a chef, pastry chef, restaurant manager, and more. Call now, and we'll send you this complimentary career guide.
Operators are standing by. Call 800-257-9133. That's 800-257-9133.
Well, Hawaii, no doubt, thought better of it, and they're going to go for the field goal here with 34 seconds left to play in this first half. Last time that Dan Kelly tried the field goal, he missed it. He's now 8-4-17.
From the same hash mark.
Yep. This will be
about the same spot.
This will be about a 22-yarder. It's down. It's kicked. And it's good. 31 seconds left. Hawaii now leading 17-3. The record book is sponsored by Hawaiian Airlines. Only one airline is Hawaiian. Coach's inaugural season record, June Jones in his first year, 9-4. Greg McMackin, 6-5. Larry Price, the coach, back in 1974 was 6-5. Dick Tomey was 5-6. And Bob Wagner was 5-7. And these games all since Hawaii turned Division I.
Yeah, June Jones not doing so well in his first year at Southern Methodist. Everybody in the booth is looking at me knowing I was going to bring it up. The SMU finished 1-11 today with a loss.
Nowhere to go but up. A 22-yard field goal by Kelly. And Hawaii now leading 17-3 over Washington State. Norrell, who is very dangerous in kickoff returns. And he has threatened Hawaii on the occasion. That ball is just bounced down the middle, taken by one of the up men, and across the 40 to the 45-yard line. And the special teams. That's number 57. That's Chris Plummer. Plummer from Renton, Washington, 6'1", 269-pound sophomore. He ran as best as he could.
Yeah,
but good field position.
It is, and nobody on the Washington State return unit should scare you that much that you're going to pooch kick it short like that. Now, at the very least, Washington State, with a new quarterback in the game, has a chance to try to swing this into a field goal. They're about 15, 20 yards away from lining up for one.
Levenseller throws down the middle. That is a collision. Is it a complete pass?
And there you go.
And it is.
That's
a complete pass.
That's why you do not pooch kick it like that, because even a team like Washington State, one completed pass, new quarterback comes into the game, new lifeblood, and he just throws it to an open guy. Took a shot, made the play. Kiao Monte comes in to pop him.
Kevin Norrell was the receiver on that. That was just an excellent reception. 28-yard gain from J.T. Levenseller. Levenseller is a freshman. He is playing only in his fourth game. He first saw action against Stanford. He is now 12 of 24 for 102 yards and 2 interceptions. But now things get interesting with 19 seconds left in the first half. And when Levenseller came into the game, that was the best pass thrown by Washington State this entire first half.
Well, I mean, that you kick it like that to an up man, he returns it to about midfield, about the 40. Levenseller comes in, he throws a nice completion. It's all based on field position. And remember, Grasu is one of the few bright spots for this Washington State team. He's got a Pac-10 Player of the Week award under his belt, and he's now in position to get a field goal to pretty much nullify the field goal you just got.
Levenseller back to throw again, 4-man pattern. Levenseller will run, chase down from behind. Excellent play by Solomon Elimimian. How many times this season we have seen Elimimian do just that? Chase down the quarterback, nullify what the quarterback had in mind. 14 seconds left. There you see number 17 chasing down Levenseller.
The right tackle, or the offensive lineman, Kenny Alfred, 6'2", 300-pounder, did a nice job. He was engaged with one of the defensive tackles for Hawaii. He kind of branched off and picked up Elamimian, who was coming through untouched. He had two guys blocked, but when Levenseller went running by him, Elamimian broke off. Solomon Elamimian broke off and made the play. Now the defense give it, and the defense can take it away. If they can keep Washington State at bay here, it makes that field goal attempt that much harder.
Morrell sets up in the slot. Levenseller's going to run right away to the 20. Down he goes. He was running for field goal position. Solomon Elamimian again made the stop. But that Washington State takes another timeout. But that is certainly in the reach, the field goal kicking potential of Nico Grasu. And Nico's going to come on and kick the field goal.
And right on cue, here comes the rain.
It has been off and on. I mean, the rain was in the parking lot early this afternoon, and then up until game time. When the game started, the rain stopped, but it has been very fickle. It knows what kind of trouble it causes, so it comes in and causes some trouble and then goes away and then comes back.
So we're looking at third down right here for Washington State. 9 seconds left on the clock. Do you go for the field goal right here?
I guess so.
I say go for the end zone.
I guess so.
I think they're kicking this one play too early.
37-yarder.
You're 2-9 in the season. Take a shot at a fly pattern to the end zone.
Grasu.
And that's what you did.
And that's not good.
That's what you did.
He hooked it. 5 seconds left. Hawaii has a chance to make a play or to run a play, but I don't think they will. They'll take what they have. 17-3 is the score. And when you look at Paul Wolf and all the things he's been through in his first year as a Division I coach coming over from Eastern Washington, I mean, he's got to be saying, what else? What else can happen?
That one has to go on squarely on his shoulders, because there's 9 seconds left. Even if you're slow with a piano on your back, you're going to run 40 yards in 5 seconds. They had the ball on the 20. Run a fly pattern. If anything else, you have Levenseller throw it away, throw it out of bounds if the guy's covered. But they kick a field goal on third down, and that's why they're 2-9.
So Alexander will take a knee. The first half will come to an end. Hawaii leading 17-3 over Washington State.
Honey, happy birthday.
Again, Kimo?
Happy anniversary, sweetheart.
Oh, Kimo.
Let's take a look at the Coors Light Cold Hard Stats. Sponsored by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Taking a look at the numbers for the first half, Hawaii got off to a great start. I mean, in their first 2 drives, they had 18 plays. They scored 158. They yielded 158 yards, and they scored 2 touchdowns. But after that, Hawaii stalled. In their last 4 drives, they only were able to gain 64 yards, and they got only 3 points out of that whole thing, and that came on a fumble deep in their own territory by Washington State. So Hawaii started very, very good, but over the course of the second half, they seemed to put it on cruise control, but they still lead 17-3.
Yeah, the offense has had its issues, but the defense has been stout from the start, and they have never let up. John Fonoti getting the play right there with the running back tardy for Washington State. It's pretty much been the defensive show. Keala Watson, manhandle tackle on his defensive tackle spot, and then it's Solomon Elamimian always finding a way to the football. Hawaii's all-time leading tackler. We'll say it again, then it's Fonoti again, chasing Lopina, the quarterback, down from behind for Washington State. That's pretty much where we stand right now, with Washington State only a field goal to show for their first half of work.
Tonight's halftime adjustment is sponsored by Cairo Plan Hawaii.
Well, for Washington State, it's basically attack right there. There's been a couple of times here in the first half where they've actually put it into attack mode, and the results have been pretty good for them. But for Hawaii, it's loosened it up. You talked about it, Jim. Hawaii, their first 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. just short of a couple hundred yards of total offense. They were looking nice and comfortable in those first 2 drives, but then they sort of tightened up a little bit, started thinking maybe about that Hawaii Bowl bid that lays in the balance if they can get a win here. And then they kind of got tight. Washington State also, as I said, they put it on the attack mode. They made some plays on the defensive side. But for Hawaii in the second half, loosen up. I mean, that Hawaii Bowl bid is out there for the taking.
Washington State does not want to lose this game. I mean, they've come a long way, and they want to go away with the win. They want to go away with something positive. Much to play for in the second half.
Frequently traveling the world to search out and bring back only the best exotic granite and stone direct from the source, Marmol Hawaii is dedicated to quality. Marmol's strong relationships with factories and quarries worldwide ensure the highest quality and the best inventory of stone in the state. Bring in your cabinet sample and let our professionals help you find the perfect match. Or better yet, bring in your own designer. Find your masterpiece at Marmol Hawaii. Natural stone from the source.
There's always something new at Young Guns, the best, most complete gun and knife shop in Hawaii. We're regularly adding new inventory to our already wide selection. Whatever you're looking for, it's a sure shot you'll find it at Young Guns. Sports shooters, hunters, law enforcement, and military personnel shop at Young Guns. You'll find everything for the sportsman and your personal safety at Young Guns on the corner of Mapunapuna and Pa'a Streets with plenty of free parking. Young Guns, Hawaii's best, most complete gun and knife shop.
Thermospa's custom designs hot tubs for therapy, along with entertainment, and today has engineered a revolutionary swim spa called the Spa Trainer, large enough to accommodate 12 adults. A powerful current allows you to swim endlessly, while the other side provides the ultimate hot tub experience. In the Spa Trainer, you control the intensity, and best of all, it's self-contained, so it's ready to use the day we deliver it. Call to receive a free DVD and a 48-page brochure to learn all about Thermospa's luxurious hot tubs and swim spas. Call now and we'll include free delivery, a $450 value, free chemicals, a $150 value, and a $400 cash coupon. This $1,000 offer is free with no obligation and is valid for 1 year.
Call 800-535-4600.
Thermospas, luxurious hot tubs made affordable.
This K5 sports presentation is sponsored in part by Bank of Hawaii, Hawaiian Airlines. Only one airline is Hawaiian. And by Kaiser Permanente. Live well, be well, and thrive.
Hawaii leading 17-3 as we're about ready to start the second half. Now you see some of the stats that we did not show you earlier, but we can show you now. Hawaii leading in first downs. Rush yards, however, Washington State. Pass yards, Hawaii. In total offense, it is Hawaii. Defensive sacks, Hawaii has 3, and Washington State 1. There you see the turnover, big turnover down inside the 5-yard line for Washington State. Penalties about equal, and the time of possession pretty close. We start the second half. Kicking off was Patrick Rooney, and it will go to Malcolm Lane. He will try to return it. He's in trouble. Laying out just to the 10-yard line. Not a good decision that time by Malcolm Lane. And a flag on the play. And it's against Hawaii, I believe.
A little more nonchalant there.
Return, block in the back. Return team number 18. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down, Hawaii.
So a block in the back for Hawaii. Let's find out what's on tap. Sponsored by Heineken. I turn to Russ to find out what to look for in the second half.
Well, I'd expect to see some open auditions for Washington State, because this team is already looking towards next year, and there's some players out there that want to make some noise heading into next year. And for Hawaii, it's closing on number 7 to get that 7th win here tonight. Loosen up a little bit, get that 7th win, get it out of the way, and it makes for a nice senior night next week against Cincinnati with that bowl bid locked up to the
Hawaii starting from their 5-yard line to give it to Libre, and he goes nowhere. In fact, he loses yardage, and another penalty flag comes in. Hawaii cannot start to half-step their way through this game. They're up against a team, yes, that has had much trouble over the course of this season. Now you see holding on Hawaii. That's half the distance. Hawaii has started down here before.
Holding, offense number 55. The penalty is declined. Second down.
John Estes called for holding. Hawaii has started down here once before, Russ, and they went 97 yards for the touchdown. See if they can do it again. But it is second down, long yardage. Second down, about 12 and a half.
Matt Eichelberger went right by John Estes, and Estes had no choice but to hold him up.
Farmer and Alexander in the backfield, double wide receivers. Alexander standing in the end zone, looking for the quick pattern. Now checks off. He'll run. He is at the 8. He's spun out of trouble there and got all the way up to about the 14. He's amazing.
He is. Greg Alexander is not the quarterback that we've been used to, both in ability and stature. We're used to Timmy Chang and Colt Brennan, slight quarterbacks, but Greg Alexander's got some beef behind him. Watch when he takes the shot. He's going to spin right off of it and pick up a good game for Hawaii.
Introducing the Pan-Normous from Pizza Hut.
This is huge. So good. This is here. Awesome.
Buddy, this thing's a monster. We are never gonna finish this.
The new Pan-Normous, a pizza so big it never ends, so the party never ends. Get a one-topping Pan-Normous pizza for just $17.99. Order the Pan-Normous and all your favorites online at PizzaHutHawaii.com. Hawaii's best.
I can teach somebody to be a good dancer, but I can't teach somebody to love the hula. I keep the dances that I learned as pure as I can because that's our link to the past. And if I don't teach those to my students, then those hula will not survive. That's what tradition is.
Born and bred in these islands, only one airline is Hawaiian.
Hey Mom and Dad, thanks for emailing me the news super clippings from home, but hello, who does that anymore? Anyway, I go to KHNL.com every day to look at the local news. You guys should check it out, there's a lot of stuff on there. Oh, gotta go. Love you guys. Hey Jace, what's up?
Hey Jen, thanks for telling me about Job Week 8 on KHNL.com. I have a job interview next week, and my folks are looking at a house they found on KHNLHomes.com.
We totally sound like a commercial. Log on to KHNL.com, live, local, late breaking, 24/7.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Bank of Hawaii will continue its recognition of excellence in collegiate athletics by sponsoring our choice of a player from each team as the most outstanding. Third down and 1 for Hawaii.
At the play clock to 40 seconds.
They keep having trouble. So now they reset the play clock. Third down and 1. Quarterback sneak. Alexander still struggling, but it appears as if he crossed the line for the first down, crossed the 15-yard line, and he did.
Well, we get by with a little help from our friends. Dave Farmer, watch him, number 48. He's going to get right in there and give Alexander just the push that he needs to get forward to get that first down.
So it's a first down for Hawaii just underway in the second half. They lead 17-3. But they've got to make a statement here early in this second half that they are not to be fooled around with. Wind has really come up now. Yeah. Alexander throws. That is thrown low. Intended for Malcolm Lane on a quick pattern. That will bring up second down and 10. So the rain has returned also to Aloha Stadium. Very uncomfortable night for the fans. They have endured much here, but they sit there because they know that if Hawaii wins this game, they are going to the Hawaii Bowl.
They'll be back here on Christmas Eve.
That's right, and the season will be a success. Second down and 10. The ball just over the 15-yard line. Alexander in the shotgun. Alexander Throws long and incomplete, intended for Washington. Alexander may have had to hurry that pass.
Yeah.
Washington had broken his pattern and was backpedaling. And that ball thrown clearly over him.
Well, Jim, you brought it up, and you're exactly right. There is a strange feeling that's settled in here to Aloha Stadium. But it's just a different feel about this offense. In the first couple of possessions, Hawaii was moving it up and down the field, had some issues, but still able to move it in that second quarter. But right now, they seem to be stuck in neutral all of a sudden.
Third down, triple wide receiver to the left. Alexander looking. He's in trouble. Alexander in deep trouble, and they sack him back inside the 10-yard line. Corey Evans was the first one there for Washington State. And right now, the momentum is on the Washington State side. They have come out here in the second half, and they don't want to be left behind.
And Uncle Mo has spent halftime walking over to the other side of the field. And this, in the first half, this is a play that Greg Alexander breaks out of it and gets the game for at least a first down. But right now, things are falling apart. Washington State is the one that gets the break going their way here in the early part of the second half.
Tim Grasso out of the end zone. And Morrell is deep, waiting, takes it on the 47. Down he goes. Excellent play that time by Hawaii. And that's Joe Pierre Davis again on the special teams. 45-yard punt and no return. Still, excellent field position now for Washington State. Hawaii leading 17-3, but Hawaii is just not moving the ball at all. And at the present time, as they no doubt will talk about this on the sideline, at the present time, Alexander running for his life. So the quarterback starting the second half, J.T. Levenseller, came in, threw the ball well, and even took some shots himself at running it. First down from the 47-yard line. I formation behind him. Ball is given to Mitz. And Mitz able to angle off the left side for good yardage. Gain on the play of 6. Lamimian there to ankle tackle him. And it is first down for Washington State.
Abraham Elamimian, we talked about him, Abraham. Solomon Elamimian, giving props to the brother tonight. Elamimian always finding a way to the football. That time he gets into traffic, just works himself to the ball carrier and gets in on the play.
Second down and 4, again the I formation. Ball is given to the tailback. This is Mitz. Mitz short of the first down. Mitz got back to the line of scrimmage. And Braxton Satele said no more. That'll bring up third down. Good tackle by Satele. Hawaii changing personnel, perhaps a 5th defensive back.
Now 3rd and 3. The offense struggling for Hawaii. The defense, this is the time to get up here and make the stop because your offense needs you to bail you out right now at this part of the ball game.
Again, the I formation, running formation. And the ball is again given to Mitz. He is short of the first down, and now he gets it. Good second effort by Mitz. And it is first down for Washington State. Monte coming up from the secondary along with Calvin Roberts double-teamed him. But nonetheless, a first down for the Cougars.
That Mitz in the middle part of that second quarter and here to the beginning of the third quarter, Mitz has been the go-to guy, especially talking about the ground game for Washington State. He has been the guy that they have turned to carry the load here.
Levenseller again to Mitz, trying to get around the corner, and he is thrown out of bounds. Literally thrown out of bounds by John Fonotu.
Yeah, John Fonotu on one side and David Bekuni on the other side gives Hawaii pretty good pair of bookend defensive ends. That time Fonotu wrapped his mitts around Mitz and he said, "I'm just tired of you running by me, brother. I'm throwing you out of bounds." And he just made it look way too easy, throwing Mitz right into the Hawaii bench.
Second down and 10. Tardy has come back into the backfield. Ball is lateral back, and with it is Gibson. Gibson turns the corner at the 40 and down inside the 30. And we have a late penalty flag. 17-yard pickup on that trick play. A well-tricked out play that really worked. It went to Tardy, who gave it to Gibson on the end around, the wide receiver, and he went for excellent yardage. But we do have a penalty flag.
Yeah, some trickeration by Washington State, and they're right there in the line of scrimmage, ready to go, but there is a flag down, as you said.
Personal foul. Defense, number 58. That penalty is assessed half the distance. Automatic. First down.
Boy, on funnel T.
Yeah, David Vicuni is just going to watch this thing on tape, and he's just going to be sick because he was out there, kind of bit on the fake, and the ball carrier, Gibson, went right by him. But he had the penetration to stop that play. It was just the ball carrier went right by him. He didn't see him coming.
Half the distance of the goal. The ball is on the 12-yard line for Washington State. They come out in the I formation. It is Tardy trying to turn the corner inside the 10 and slides out of bounds into the signage. Preston Satelli finally there, along with Calvin Roberts coming up from the secondary. But it is Washington State that is moving the ball. It is Washington State taking advantage of Hawaii penalties. And penalties have really hurt this team over the course of this season. So now the ball is placed on the 8-yard line. Second down, they can get a first down just outside the 2. Tardy exploring the hole close to the goal line. He has the first down. They're just overpowering the Hawaii defense now.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they are telegraphing where they are going to run. And then they do just that.
Well, we talked about it. Washington State, there's some players that are going to be here next year fighting for jobs, and they are just putting it into attack mode and getting it done. As you said, they're just blowing people off the line of scrimmage. For Washington State, a team with nothing to lose, turning this into their bowl game right here.
High formation from the 1-yard line. At the angle. Did he get in? I don't know. They signal touchdown. They signal touchdown, and Hawaii is adamant that he did not get in. Carrying the ball was Tardy, and he wasn't Tardy that time. He was close, but he wasn't Tardy.
I smell a replay, a review. Let's see if he gets in here. Hit it about the 3-yard line and just spins it in. And it's close, but I think he did break the plane.
Yeah, on second effort he did. Turned it. And it is now 17-9 Hawaii. And Washington State has closed it up.
The previous play is under review.
From the goal line, I believe that he did get in on second effort. He puts his nose in there now and appears to be stopped.
Yeah, he's got the ball in his lead hand.
Yeah.
So I think he does break the plane.
Let's see whether the ball gets there. He certainly does.
Yeah, I think he's there.
So they'll take a look at this, but it's amazing how Hawaii is quieted down on offense, where they have become almost a non-entity.
Yeah, it has gotten strange. It's you can hear it in our microphones. The wind is just howling through the booth. You look at the top of the stadium, the flags are just ripping up there. The wind is coming out of Halava down across from the Mauka side of the stadium to the Makai side. It's a strong breeze right now as we take a look again. Here's a ball carrier. Let's see if he gets past with his lead hand. Does the ball get by the line of scrimmage? And I think because the camera's a little forward of the goal line, that makes it a little bit of a misleading angle, but I think he does get in.
The play stands is called on the field. Touchdown.
So Washington State gets the touchdown. First touchdown of the second half. Grassu will come in to try the extra point to make it 17-10, and really a brand new game. Ball is placed. It is kicked, and it is perfect. 8:14 left in the third period. Washington State all pumped up. They trail 17-10.
Is the high cost of credit card debt weighing you down? Let the Rely On Group get you back on your feet with just one free call. The Rely On Group can work out an affordable plan that works for you. Lower your monthly payments. Legally reduce your debt. Stop calls from creditors. Relieve your stress and start smiling again. If you're struggling with $15,000 or more in credit card debt, call now for a free no-obligation analysis. You don't have to live under a mountain of debt.
Call 800-617-5701.
As the houseless on Oahu's North Shore struggle to live day to day, KHNL News 8 is there to document how they're toughing it out.
Got a lot of thanks to give.
Now, our series of reports leads to a generous outpouring of community support. Always live, local, late-breaking KHNL News 8 and K5 News.
Shoot the hoop with the Rainbow Wahine as they battle the Stanford Cardinals live at the Stanley today at 4 and only on K5, the home team. Find the perfect gift for any occasion at Big Island Candies. Click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
Replay booth has ruled that there was not enough information that they were able to garner from that to overrule the decision on the field. Then it looked like he had penetrated the end zone. 17-10, Washington State here in the second half. All of a sudden, they're jumping around with excitement. They have paid their dues over the course of this season. Hawaii trying to defend their home turf. Kickoff. Will be taken on the 5-yard line by Malcolm Lane. Lane trying to get to the outside. He does. It's a horse race now. Lane at midfield, and down he goes in Washington State territory. But Malcolm Lane, for the first time in a long time, infuses life into the Hawaii football team.
And Patrick Rooney, the kicker, he's way back there. He's going to come up and make the play on this one. It's a good thing for Washington State that he did, because watch when Malcolm Lane breaks it to the outside. It's nothing but green grass out in front of him and one kicker, and Lane's going to be hearing that from the teammates, because you never want to be brought down by the kicker. But a big gain for Malcolm Lane. It's into Washington State territory, and that's the boost that Hawaii needed.
Farmer and Alexander in the shotgun. First down from the Washington State 48. Alexander lays it off with blockers in front of him. David Farmer. And Farmer able to trudge his way inside the 35-yard line. 14-yard pickup and a first down.
I wonder if the players, let's take a look at Malcolm Lane, oft injured. Looks like he's tweaked again. Could be a hand injury. But I wonder if the players, if they didn't hear it at halftime, they heard it last time they were on the sideline. Because on that kick return and on the first offensive play for Hawaii on this series, Hawaii has shown some of their life back. Let's see if they can continue.
Greg Trent was able to upend David Farmer. First down at the 34. Alexander throws the ball out of bounds. They're just getting to Alexander very quickly, and we have a late penalty flag.
Yeah, I think it's going to be John Estes again. If they call it on Estes, it's going to be another person to fall on him, and it's away. It is a mile and a half, 2 miles from the ball.
Ineligible receivers downfield. Number 50. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So John Estes was engaged with the Washington State defender down the field, but no call against him, but an illegal man downfield.
That's Leituli. La Pepa Leituli. Penalty on Hawaii at a most inopportune time, trying to get some life back into this offense. They then put the ball again on the 39-yard line. 7:24 left to play in the third. Come out in double wides. Showing blitz. Here they come. Alexander steps up in the pocket. Pump fakes, and they sack him. That was a coverage sack that time, because Hawaii receivers downfield just were not open at all. Ai Hamu from San Diego there to make the sack. That is the third sack for Washington State. Washington State came into this game with only 11 sacks on the entire season. And they have 3 tonight against Hawaii. Second down and 20 from the 44. Alexander again. Steps up. Alexander throws long down the middle. It is caught. Touchdown! Michael Washington. 44 yards and perfectly placed. Xavier Hicks was beaten on the play. He was injured a few plays ago, and he may not be 100%. Be that as it may, this was a perfectly executed touchdown pass.
Never like to be in those 2nd and 20 situations, but at the very least, what it does is it forces you to go downfield. When Alexander let go of that one, I thought he overthrew it, but Michael Washington doing a nice job of running under it and making a great catch for Hawaii.
The extra point is up, and it is good, and Hawaii is back. 24-10 over Washington State.
Giving people the most convenient ways to say, "That's my bank," is what Bank of Hawaii is all about. We have the most branches you can point to and say, "That's my bank." Convenient supermarket branches. And now, Hawaii's only mobile banking that lets you say, "That's my bank," anywhere you can use your cell phone. So for the most branches, the most ATMs, and Hawaii's only mobile banking, come to the bank that makes it easy to say, "That's my bank." Bank of Hawaii.
Mahalo for visiting this year's Sony Expo. To show our appreciation, we have a great holiday offer for you. Buy a 40-inch Bravia LCD TV at any authorized Sony retailer and receive 3 free months of HD programming from Oceanic Time Warner Cable. That's right, 3 months of free HD programming. Sony is always there for you. With local factory service and parts, you never have to worry. Sony is the best Santa's helper you'll ever find.
Attention, the Duragesic fentanyl pain patch has been recalled because of a defect that can cause a fatal overdose.
If someone you know has died while wearing a Duragesic skin patch for pain, call the law firm of Robert Goldwater right now.
If you or a loved one used this patch and were injured, call me right now. You may be entitled to a large cash award.
There are strict time deadlines. Don't wait. If someone you know has died while wearing a Duragesic skin patch for pain, call 800-248-3311.
44-yard touchdown pass from Greg Alexander to Michael Washington. And that makes it after the extra point, 24-10. Hawaii over Washington State. Norrell, who is dangerous on kickoff returns, deep for Washington State. And the ball falls off the tee.
Yep, it is windy down in the field. It's windy up here in the press box as well. But that swirling wind is finding its way down to the field turf.
But that pass was placed. I mean, you talk about a lead. Alexander led Washington perfectly. Washington caught the ball in full stride. So Hawaii now leading 24-10 with 6:34 left to play in the third. But you also get the feeling that the way that Washington State is playing in the second half, this is not over yet. Dan Kelly kicks off. Norrell gets it at the 3. Look out. He is met head on at the 25-yard line. Trying to bounce outside. And right there was Spencer Smith. And Smith has played outstandingly well.
The Washington State member of the Washington State return team had him engaged in a block. He just shed the block and stood his ground, broke down, made the play. Nice special teams play by Spencer Smith.
Here comes Washington State. Levin Seller continues at quarterback. Dwight Tardy is the single setback. Double wide receiver. They set up to the left side. Tight end is on the left side. And they sack the quarterback, Levin Sellers. There was some confusion on that play because Tardy came up, and I believe he was trying to ask what was the count on the snap of the ball, because the ball came back to the quarterback, Levin Seller, and he was just swallowed up.
Yeah.
Laele was there. Kuning was there.
I think he tried to hit Gibson on a quick strike, But Gibson didn't get the message. He was running the fly pattern, never looked back. Levenseller wasn't expecting it. Being that he took it just such a short drop, he was right there in the mix.
Triple wide receiver. Ball is given to Tardy. He bounces off his interference, and then everything turns green. So no T was there. Leonard was there to lead the charge for Hawaii. That'll bring up third down, long yardage. Tell your mainland friends that they can get all the action, over 100 UH home sports events live and on demand through Hawaii IPTV. They can log on to tvfromhawaii.com and bring Hawaii home.
So this Hawaii defense playing with some life here on 3rd and 16. It's a good time to unleash the fury.
Levenseller looking over the middle, now chased out of the pocket. Levenseller throws on the run. That is complete. Coming back to get the ball was Anderson, but now they say no. That ball came out. Anderson made a great effort to come back for it. He would still be 10 yards short of the first down, so Washington State will have to punt it away.
It looks like Uncle Mo came out on the wrong sideline at halftime, realized his error, ran right back over to the Hawaii sideline. In the middle of that last offensive possession for Hawaii, they kind of found that spark again, and the defense just kept Uncle Mo right where it was.
Michael Washington is deep, standing on his own at 35-yard line. Reed Forrest to punt for the Cougars. Gets it away. Excellent punt. Excellent punt. No fair catch. Washington backs up inside the 30-yard line, trying to get to the sideline. Washington turns the corner at the 35. Still on his feet. Tries to come back the other way, and down he goes. Washington pulled down. 50-yard punt. 5-yard return. Corey Evans reached out and whacked him.
It's not often that you see a player make a touchdown saving tackle on an offensive player moving laterally, but that's what happened right there. If that tackle's not made, Washington has clear space to the near side, and if he finds the corner coming back this way, he'd still be running. It was wide open to this side of the field.
First down for Hawaii at their own 37-yard line. Libre is the running back. 7-man, 8-man front now for Washington State. They give it to Salas. Salas tries to pick up the block on that quick pattern, but he couldn't get there in time. And a good tackle made by Toby Turpin.
Yeah, that is an unusual defensive alignment for Washington State. When they have everybody lined up in a single file right across the field, what it does is it puts the quarterback under a little bit of pressure as Tuli goes out with a lower leg injury. Puts the pressure on the quarterback because it's not the normal alignment. Makes his read that much more difficult.
So they have 5. Now they change around looking for another formation. They bring up the safety. Quick pass, and that is dropped. Intended for David Farmer. That first play Farmer was able to get that center screen and go for good yardage. That'll bring up third down. Corey Evans there to mess things up in the middle for Washington State. 3:57 left to play in the third. Hawaii leading 24-10. Hawaii trying to get the sealer. They want to seal it.
Yeah. You talked about it. We saw it a little too much in the early part of the season. Haven't seen it in a while. It's that shuttle pass. And I think now would be a good time to bring it back because Washington State has to go on the attack mode up front to have any kind of success, especially with 3 down linemen. And that shuttle pass will run right by him.
Here comes the blitz. Alexander throws sideline pattern incomplete. Threw it wide, intended for Malcolm Lane. And that will bring up fourth down. Tim Grasso will come in to punt for Hawaii. And Washington State will have another crack at it.
Fickle momentum. Goes right back.
But an interesting defensive alignment for Washington State. Putting everybody just in a line right behind the defensive front. Grasso needs to root this. Morrell deep again. Good snap. Excellent punt. Morrell calling for the fair catch. Takes it at the 25-yard line. We have a penalty flag. Penalty flag coming in from the next county. That penalty flag It went a long distance before it hit the turf.
That official's got an arm on him. So we got the punter Grasso on one side and the kicker Grasso on the other side.
Yes. No relation. And we wonder why the officials are mulling here. This may go against Washington State.
Personal foul, face mask, receiving team number 39. That penalty is half the distance. Washington State retains the ball. First down.
So that is a penalty against Washington State. That does not help. And that penalty, trying to get the number here. It's on Corey. That's on Corey Evans. No, excuse me. That's on Talakai. Yeah, Talakai. First play goes nowhere. Keala Watson was there to make the stop for Hawaii. So Tardy unable to pick up any yardage. Now they say maybe a half yard. Ball resting on the 14-yard line. Come out in that I formation. It is Tardy trying to get around the corner. He does. Tardy into the secondary, and he gets really blasted as he gets up over the 20, very close to the first down. Desmond Thomas from the secondary. Thomas coming up from the corner.
Washington State just pulls the offensive lineman. It's everybody pick a guy to block. Grasson Satelli had it at the point of attack, but he got blocked off the line of scrimmage, and that allowed the ball carrier to pick up some good yardage for Washington State to set up third and less than a yard.
They come out in that I formation again. Tardy is the tailback. It is Tardy. He has the first down as he gets to the 25-yard line, and it will be first down for Washington State. 2:26 left to play in the third period. Hawaii leading 24-10.
Yeah, Tardy looks like he's dinged up a bit. He takes himself out of the ball game. That should put Mitz back in there.
Mitz has run it well. First down at the 25. They flip-flop the tight end. Ball is fake to Mitz. Evanseller throws up the near sideline, and Gibson, who was open, cannot make the catch. The Hawaii defender on that play, Jameel Darling, was out of the play. He had stumbled up the near sideline.
You got to put this one on Gibson, the receiver for Washington State. He was engaged on the sideline with Jameel Dowling. Then it looks like he kind of gave up on the ball, looked back, and all of a sudden saw he was coming at him. And by that time, he had already lost his forward momentum and came up short on it.
And you have to credit Desmond Thomas coming over. He may have leapt at the ball and just got a piece of it. He may have touched that ball. Second down. Ball is pitched to the near side to Mitz. And Mitz is upended by Jameel Dowling coming up from the corner. So that'll bring up third down and about 7.
Dowling engaged with Jeshua Anderson. And he just did a nice job. Took Anderson, kept him on the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, broke off the play and broke off the block and made the play.
Third down and 7. Again, the I formation. Tight end sets up on the left side. Quick pass, and that's incomplete. Well, everybody had an opportunity at that pass because the receivers were out in the line, and so were the defenders.
David Vekune that time, instead of coming on the pass rush, backed up into pass coverage, and it's a good thing for Gibson that ball was offline because Vekune was breaking on it. Never a good thing for a receiver if you're out there in space and a defensive lineman's back in coverage and he's zeroing in on you, wanting to put a shot on you, and Vekune just missed on one there.
Reed Forrest to punt, runs it up. punts it. It will land at about the 37. Washington better stay away from it. He does, and it will tumble to about the 20-yard line. So it'll be first down, 52-yard punt. We've seen Forrest do that again, and Hawaii will set up shop at about the 20. Alexander so far in this game, 15 of 25, 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. His longest pass, of course, was the touchdown to Michael Washington, 44 yards.
On the other side, only 3 pass completions for Washington State between Lopina and Levenseller. Levenseller completed his first pass for 28 yards, hasn't hit one since. He's 1 of 4.
So Hawaii comes out triple wide receiver to the right, and again, that line of defensive backs stretching across the field right behind the defensive front. Quick pass, that's complete. Trying to turn the corner is Aaron Bain. He does, gets the first down, and the Rains come back in to greet everybody at Aloha Stadium. 14-yard gain and a first down. Bain started this game with a relish. I mean, he came out. He now has 5 catches for 71 yards in the game.
And you heard Jim talk about it. They came out in that formation, where defensive formation, where everybody's lined up 5 yards off the ball across the field, except for one free safety. And that's what happens. You get by that wave, as Bain did, and you got some space in front of you. He turns it into a first down.
First down for Hawaii from the 35-yard line. Alexander waiting for the snap. On a delay, gives it to Libre. Libre trying to get to the corner to turn, but they are able to wall him off and then gobble him up. Kevin Koyman. He's from Maple Valley, Washington, 6'6", 247, the junior, credited with the tackle. Coming up on the end of the third quarter. Hawaii leading 24-10, and that probably will be the last play run here in quarter number 3. So Hawaii injects some life into their offense.
Into the third quarter.
And they lead it.
Magic smoke bombs.
Just think it and you're there.
You just can't resist a McDonald's McTerry and Double McTerry burger made with juicy all-beef patties and our savory teriyaki sauce.
This is Hawaii. This is your beer. Shaka for Stein Lager. Hawaii's way to unwind. Stein Lager, just make the sign. You want a beer brewed pure and smooth. Stein Lager goes with every mood. This is Hawaii. This is your beer. Shaka for Stein Lager.
To everyone that it's more than some cards you keep in your wallet. It's the air we breathe, the food we eat, the communities we live in. We're Kaiser Permanente, and we're here to spread health.
Attention taxpayers, do you owe back taxes? Are you facing an IRS lien or wage garnishment? Then call the Rely On Group right now to immediately end wage garnishments, remove tax liens, and eliminate IRS and state tax penalties. Call the number on your screen now to find out how we can help you cut your tax liabilities by 50% or more.
Tax relief is just one phone call away. Call 800-460-1306. That's 800-460-1306.
Next, Entertainment Tonight. Tina Fey stripped down and sexy, dancing in a little black dress for Vanity Fair. Then,
he was sick for a while.
Clay Aiken on his son's surgery.
We didn't know how bad of a deal it was.
Plus, Heidi Ng, from precocious schoolgirl to supermodel to Hollywood mogul.
I was ambitious and I had a drive.
Then on Friday, the countdown is on to the world premiere of Britney's circus music video only on ET.
Monday night at 6:30 on KHNL, NBC 8.
This is My Network TV, K5, the home team.
24-10 as we begin the fourth period. Hawaii has the ball at their own 35. Farmer in the backfield in the shotgun with Alexander. Alexander looking, throws over the middle. That's complete to Washington. Washington trying to get blockers. He does. Midfield 40, out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. And into the ice bucket. And he's followed over there by some of the Washington State players. Not good. This is not good.
Yeah.
They got to break this up, and they have to break this up now. This is dumb. Just go back on the field. Just go back on the field.
They're going to call a late hit on this. I think for Michael Washington, the tough part about all of this is he goes into the iced Gatorade on a night that's already kind of cool and windy. It's not good for him.
That was an amazing play and a very quick thinking play, because Washington knew that he had to get to the side to turn the corner for more positive yardage. He needed the blockers, and so he ran that particular way. And credit the blockers to come over and help him out.
45. In the run right back here.
This official turns his microphone on way too early.
After the ball was dead, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Number 45, defense.
That's Andy Mattingly.
15 yards is added to the end of the run, and an automatic first down.
Take another look at this. There you see him weaving for the blockers, and he's way out of bounds. And yeah, there's some contact there, but it's not flagrant.
No, I think Mattingly actually tried to hold him up, and then Ray Hisatake, one of the reserve linemen, came over, got into a couple of the Washington State players over on that side, and I thought they were going to get him for something. Lucky thing for Hawaii, they did not, and the officials kept some control there.
So with all of this going on, a timeout is called. I believe Hawaii will call the timeout.
Oh, the place to get one.
But in the case of Andy Mattingly, he kind of trotted out of bounds. I don't know. You know, there was contact made. He was engaged, but it was not. It was not flagrant.
University of Hawaii, their first charge timeout. This will also be a media timeout.
Hey, he told us, didn't he?
He's outing us.
The UH Federal Credit Union is going green and would like to encourage you to do the same. As an incentive, we are offering our members a special low-interest green loan for the purchase of
a hybrid car, solar water heating,
double pane windows that helps to save energy.
Contact the UH Federal Credit Union to learn more about our new low-interest green loan.
Our credit union believes in taking care of the environment for future generations. Let's go green.
Well, if it isn't the most important meal.
What's up, Soggy?
What do you call me?
For meat flake? What? That all you got?
Jack's new breakfast bowls beat a boring breakfast any day. Hash browns and scrambled eggs with ham and bell peppers, or bacon and sausage topped with a white cheddar sauce.
They tried to sucker spoon me, so I went high like BAM!
The most important meal. Served all day.
First down for Hawaii following the penalty for the late hit. Ball just inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Alexander looking, throws. That is complete. Short pass to David Farmer. And Farmer just, again, uses his size to go for yardage. He's able to muscle inside the 20-yard line to about the 18. Win big with the satisfying and delicious Super Sack Big Mac Monday meal at McDonald's. Get a free Big Mac with the purchase of a Big Mac Extra Value meal every Monday morning during the University of Hawaii football season. at participating McDonald's for a limited time only. And a Washington State player is down. Could be a cramp. Hopefully it is just a cramp. So they're out there attending to him. And that's Greg Trent. Trent is an excellent player. He's from Keller, Texas. He's coming off a game-high 12 tackles against arch rival Washington. He came into this game with 321 career tackles, 10th all-time for Washington State. And his 86 tackles this year at game time leads the team.
Yeah, Washington State in that Apple Cup win over Washington, 16-13. And it took double overtime for Washington State to score those 16 points. But they have had some issues. Before that Apple Cup, they had 4 games where they were shut out in 3 of the 4 games. They lost 69-0 to USC, 58-0 to Stanford, and at Arizona State they lost 31-0. Mixed in with that was a 59-28 loss to Arizona.
And Trent is not, a behemoth of a man. 5'11", 230. So he's just a tough guy. In the middle, he's the middle linebacker. 2nd down and 3 for Hawaii. The ball has been advanced to the 17-yard line.
It's about time to run Malcolm Lane on a fly pattern to the end zone right here. Bottom of your screen.
Alexander looking left, checking off. Looks end zone. Now he'll run. He's at the 15 and tripped up close to the first down. He may have the first down.
I think Alexander thought about it, thought along those same lines, but thought the better of it and pulled it in as Lane was in single coverage, but he was covered. And Alexander just opts to pick up the first down.
Kevin Koyman was there to ankle tackle him. It is a first down. The ball is just outside the 12-yard line for Hawaii. 13:28 left to play in the game. Hawaii leading, as you can see, 24-10. Hawaii comes out in double wide receivers. Alexander looking over the defense. Alexander now looking into the corner of the end zone, trying to run. And they tackle him back at the 16-yard line. Toby Turpin. Turpin came in and would have none of it.
Yeah, 2 receivers over on the near side of the football field. Alexander rolls out like he's thinking about going that way. Here's the 2 receivers here, but watch the rush get in his face. And he just did not have time to set his feet and get the ball away. And the result is a loss of about 4 yards for Hawaii.
So Hawaii knows that the wide side of the field is now to the left. And things get pretty crowded to the right. Farmer in the backfield. Ball is thrown into the end zone off of Greg Salas. Salas was there. He was close. That ball was drilled in there, but couldn't hold on.
Let's take a look at the hit that Salas takes, not by the first defender, but by the second one. Just had a quick glance at it. Looks like somebody was going up top on Salas. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Elbow right to the head.
That was Chima Wachaku.
That's why I paused. I'm glad you took that one from me. That was a shot right to the head. No penalty flag thrown on that.
3rd down. Alexander with some time now. Looking, throws, and that's incomplete. Intended for Salas. But there was some uncertainty on that particular play, so Hawaii will have to try to add a field goal here. Dan Kelly, he is 1 for 2 in the game. Kelly's best game was against Fresno State, no doubt. He had field goals of 36, 30, 41 yards, and of course, the 33-yard game winner. So the ball will be placed and held eventually by Grasso. It is a 33-yard attempt, angle from the right. Ingram is the long snapper. It is down, it is kicked. This one has the distance, and it is not good.
I think the Washington State coaches are going crazy on the near sideline like they've just won the Super Bowl.
So Hawaii comes away empty again. They come away with no points. That's the 2nd field goal that Kelly has missed. And you can tell from his reaction that he is not pleased.
Yeah, that one's on Dan Kelly. He hit the. He's looking at somebody asking what's up, but the snap and the hold look to be right there.
Mitz is the running back, and Mitz finds that the on-ramp is very much occupied.
Yeah,
Laele was there to really put the hurt on him, along with Ke'au Monte.
Kenny Alfred, a 6'2", 300-pound junior offensive lineman for Washington State, got in his stance, and Laele went right by him.
Loss on the play of 4, 2nd down and 14. Delay. Carrying it is Mitz. Mitz gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. And that will bring up 3rd down. C.J. Allen Jones was there along with John Fonoti. Fonoti has played a very, very solid game.
Yeah, Von Biatoga also, he's a space eater, 6'2", 310. He got involved with one of the offensive linemen for Washington State, and all he did was just occupy him, fill the gap. Didn't get in directly on the tackle, but got enough attention to help his teammates get in there to make the play.
Single setback behind Levenseller. They fake the play action. This is Levenseller. Levenseller running out of room. Down he goes. 4th down. The left opponent away. Levenseller ran all the way over to the other side of the field, but really didn't get any help. And Richard Torres out of Kahuku, his father, coaches the Kahuku High School team. We want to send our best wishes to them because they played their hearts out. Torres will be credited.
You know,
they lost to Lilihu.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Michael Washington is deep, and Reed Forrest will punt here with 10:18 left to play in the game. Hawaii is that amount of time away from being bowl eligible. Low snap from center, he gets it away. Here's Washington. Fumbles the ball. Does Hawaii get it back?
Yes, they do. That's the kind of year it's been for Washington State. Let's see if they take it away on the after the whistle scrum here.
Official has already said Hawaii has it.
Yeah.
Hawaii is very fortunate indeed.
This is the kind of year it's been for Washington State. Right off Washington, right forward. That's an easy turnover for Washington State, but Romeo Pelham cannot come up with it. He's wearing number 10, and he is not happy as Torres gets into the recovery.
A reminder that Central Pacific Bank sponsors the Loyalty Award by donating $100 for every touchdown Hawaii scores. Central Pacific Bank, fiercely loyal banking. So 1st down for Hawaii. They have it at their own 28-yard line. They come out in double wides. Ball is given up the middle. And going nowhere is Daniel Libre. Libre's really had his troubles. Good job by the interior of Washington State that time. Chima Wachaku from Allen, Texas. 5'11", 195-pound sophomore, the safety. Comes up to get him. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 28. Hawaii leading by a score of 24-10. Jason Rago has come into the game. Long pass, wide open. Watch, that's Salas. Salas all the way to the 23-yard line. 48-yard pass play from Alexander to Salas.
Jim, I apologize for jumping in on you. I got a little excited right there because when Salas broke that thing open, he was wide open and dead all alone, and Alexander put it right on the money. But the time the ball got there was some traffic with him, but watch when he breaks this thing open. He is all by himself.
Salas now has 7 catches for 131 yards and 1 touchdown in this game. And Hawaii back in Washington State territory again. Inside the 35 to the 34. Ball is given to Rago. And Rego just gets whipsawed as he gets into that secondary. So Alexander, we were going to mention this, he just keeps adding it up. He now has 315 yards, 19 for 31. This is the first time that Alexander has gone over 300 yards in his career. And it comes during a time of a game that if Hawaii wins it, they become bowl eligible. So it's a very important statistic for Greg Alexander. And Salas was lonely when he caught that ball. Salas running that pattern, throws, and that is high off of Michael Washington this time.
Yeah, Alexander, you can see it. He wants that one back. He had Salas breaking in, Washington breaking out. Decided to go with the up receiver and put it just a little too high for the senior Michael Washington.
Xavier Hicks covering on the play. He is out of Fullerton, California, and he has 2 interceptions on the season. That's another thing about Alexander. He hasn't thrown an interception since the opening game against Florida. 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 23 of Washington State. Alexander in trouble. Alexander is sacked. Boy, they just came pouring through that time. Louis Bland out of Modesto, California. That's the 5th sack of this game for Washington State.
And what does it do now? It pushes Hawaii out of, I was going to say out of field goal range, puts Hawaii in a position to go for it, but into the game comes Dan Kelly. He's missed 2 of 3, but Greg McMackin showing some confidence in his kicker. He's missed from the left hash, missed from the right hash, and now he's going to pump this one from distance, long range.
This is a 48-yarder. It's blocked. That's the 4th time that field goals have been blocked. And it's picked out of the air, and trying to return it and still on his feet is Devin Giles. Giles still with the ball. Giles laterals it. It's fumbled, and Hawaii may have it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yes. Are you kidding me? Lafu Tuiote Mariner recovered the fumble.
That, folks, is what you call getting the first down the hard way, and this is the way it's gone for Washington State this year. Giles comes up, makes the play, stays with it, looks like he's fighting for it, and then the brain cramp pitch, and it's just all over. Washington State is just setting new standards.
Chima Wachaku fumbled that ball after the attempted lateral.
That's the toughest first down I've ever seen.
That is the weirdest play of the season. Rego continues in the backfield. In motion is Washington. And all of a sudden the whistle blows.
Review.
The previous play is under review.
the official makes the announcement and nods his head like, I'm with you. I don't think it should be reviewed either.
I mean, what are they going to overturn here?
Lateral, maybe?
Still on his feet.
It wasn't a lateral?
Still on his feet. There's the pitch. Definitely was a lateral.
You're to tell me.
The mic's on.
Ah, yes.
I love it when they forget that the mic is on.
Referee tonight is Bill Atham. Well, you see Paul Wolf and Greg McMackin, both coaches in their first year. And you see Bill Atham. Bill Atham cannot have this overturned.
No.
Because of the fact that it would be a real slap in the face to his crew here.
Yes. But I guess they're going to review to see if it was a lateral or a forward pass. But to me, that's going backwards.
No.
That's going backwards. It's just that Wachaku just did not expect the ball to be pitched backwards to him. He wasn't ready for it.
After review, the play stands is called on the field. First down.
Yeah, Bill. Way to go, Bill. We called it. It was what we saw, and nobody's going to change it from the booth.
Just a little jab at the replay guys.
Yeah.
The replay guys are not going to spring for the stakes tonight.
No. First down for Hawaii. The ball is at the 23 of Washington State. Alexander to Jason Rego. Rego is able to knife the ball inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. 6:35 left. Washington State, probably by that play, the air has gone out of their balloon.
Yeah. And somewhere on the sideline, number 86 is thinking, that's a good way for people to forget that I had the field goal blocked that started that whole crazy play.
Jason Rego out of Wailuku, Maui, and Kamehameha. Second down for Hawaii. Salas is flanked to the far side. Washington goes in motion. They overload the right. Rego. Rego gets inside the 15-yard line.
So this whole thing started on a Dan Kelly field goal attempt. It's a long ways out, 48 yards, so he has to put a low trajectory on it to get it to the goalpost, and you can see Washington State gets up there to block it. And then it's Giles making the nice play to recover it out of the air, tried to return it, but then it fell apart on him.
Giles was ad-libbing well, though. He was ad-libbing well.
Until he
decided,
lateral.
I need help. I've done enough.
Then the ad-libbing just kind of fell apart.
Yes. Third down and 1 for Hawaii. Ball just inside the 15-yard line. Single setback. And the quarterback, sneaked by Alexander, yields the first down. Somebody steals the ball, but late after the whistle blows.
Yeah, to put the season in perspective for Washington State, they have suffered some bone-crushing losses. They've given up 60 or more points on 4 occasions. They've also given up 45 points in a game, 58 points in a game. I mean, the opponents have scored on Washington State like Will Chamberlain on Ladies' Night, and it's just not gotten any better for Washington State.
Say now that Matt Eichelberger actually blocked that field goal. And that started everything. Here's Rego again. He's in trouble. And they're able to whack him to the turf on first down from the 12-yard line. Now it is first down from the 16. Rego tried to go around the end, and all of a sudden he was in a traffic jam of the opposition. 4:23 left. Hawaii in a very good position now to win this. And then go to 7 wins, which means that they are bowl eligible. They need 7 wins because they play 13 games. And they will be in the Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve, and that's not bad at all for Greg McMackin in his first year. Alexander, will he run? He will, and then he gets mashed. This is a weird offense here. Either they're just wanting to use up some time, but I'll tell you one thing: Alexander just got pummeled.
Yeah, he did, but as you can hear the hit, but I think you're going to have to hit him harder to get him in trouble.
Hi, I'm looking for an interest checking account.
Sure, I can help you with that.
Well, I'd also like a free debit card and free online bill payment.
How about free personal identity theft service?
Yeah, that would be nice.
While we're at it, let's throw in free checks. For life!
Really? All of that?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's that?
With ASB Interest Checking, get checking that pays and all the features you want.
You know I can see you.
Only at American Savings Bank.
Hawaii's football holiday tradition is back with another great matchup. The Sheraton Hawaii Bowl is coming this Christmas Eve. The Pac-10 is back to battle the WAC in a wide-open Western-style shootout. Don't miss this exciting matchup. It's a pigskin paradise, and you can be there by calling 808-548-BOWL or log on to SheratonHawaiiBowl.com. Get your tickets now.
Take your taste to a different place. Take your taste to Genki Sushi. Take your taste to where your family wants to be. Take your taste to freshness and quality. The sushi's coming round to you. Have a Genki good time too. Now you know that Genki Sushi is the place. Take your taste to a different place. Take your taste to Genki Sushi.
After the conclusion of the regular season schedule, Ms. Ariel Chun, Chief Executive Officer at the University of Hawaii Federal Credit Union, will present each Warrior senior with a plaque to honor his commitment and success as a University of Hawaii student athlete. Congratulations to all the Warrior seniors from the University of Hawaii Federal Credit Union. 3rd down and 11. The ball is on the 13. Looking end zone, throwing. That is that caught? No, incomplete. Intended for Aaron Bain. Bain went down low. And will we see Dan Kelly again? Or is he superfluous at this point? With 3:45 left to play in the game. And Hawaii up by 14.
Well, watch this. Bain's going to go low, and it's a good thing he didn't, because he was about to take a shot, and he just went right under it.
Xavier Hicks again covering on the play. It will be 4th down. Hawaii is going to go for it or give it up on downs. Alexander back to throw. They do not blitz. Crowded end zone. Throws, that's intercepted. First interception since Florida. Andy Mattingly picked it out of the air. The ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line, and Washington State, with 3 minutes and 39 seconds, will try to work some magic.
Over 70 years, Honolulu Freight Service ships to and from
all the Hawaiian Islands.
Dry and refrigerated cargo.
Inter-island shipping. On-island trucking.
Long-term warehousing. Oversized cargo.
Honolulu Freight Service, a Hawaii tradition.
Become a Skywave hotspot and give your customers the Skywave edge. Let Skywave set up a Wi-Fi network complete with a custom brandable splash page featuring your business. Catch the Wi-Fi wave today at skywavebroadband.net.
KHNL News 8 saves you money. Now you can eat out and just pay half. Watch KHNL News 8 today every Thursday at 6:35 a.m. for the featured restaurant. Then log on to KHNL.com and click on the Just Pay Half icon to purchase a $50 gift certificate for just $25. Tea at 1024 downtown has the best afternoon tea around, serving delicious teas, finger sandwiches, and homemade scones and pastries. Tea at 1024, tradition with an edge.
It will be 1st down for Washington State late in the 4th quarter. And they are down 24-10. Levenseller, the quarterback, will throw. Chased out of the pocket. Levenseller now throws on the run, back across the middle, and that is complete. And that's to Ben Woodward. Woodward has been in motion all evening long. And he finally is able to get into the pass pattern. 14-yard gain and a 1st down. Washington State not wasting any time. Hawaii can't afford to be looking to the sideline here. They got to get back on the field. Bikuni is able to make the tackle on that last play. 1st down from the 34 now for Washington State. Levenseller back to pass, throws it to the far side. This is Mitz. He's ankle tackled. Excellent play by Jameel Dowling up from the corner. So that'll bring up 2nd down with 3 minutes exactly left to play. Here comes Washington State. Levenseller. Mitz back there with him. Levenseller in a bit of trouble. Now he's open. Throws. That is complete. And it is complete to Jared Cartstetter. Cartstetter on the near side made the catch. Calvin Roberts grabbed the face mask. That is another penalty against Hawaii. And that will just enhance the field position of Washington State with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Let's take a look at the end. Is this a face mask or
Personal foul,
close?
face mask.
Yeah,
Defense
right
number
there.
23.
Yeah.
15-yard
No questioning that
penalty.
one.
Automatic first down.
So Roberts called for the face mask. And Hawaii slowly walking off. Well, walking toward the north goal. And the ball is placed down on the 44-yard line of Hawaii. Waiting for the snap. Tardy is back in. Ball is thrown long. They want the touchdown. Double coverage. It is incomplete. It was intended for Cartstetter on the far sideline. Double coverage. Jamil Dowling was back there, along with Keao Monte.
Two guys back there in coverage for Hawaii, trying to go for the pick, but it's knocked away, and Hawaii closing in on that Hawaii Bowl bid.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play. Washington State trying for a quick score here. Levenseller dancing, now throws. That is complete. Oh, great catch. That's a great catch. The near sideline, it's Dwight Tardy. Tardy had barreled back, was up the near sideline, and then the ball was drilled to it. Calvin Roberts made the tackle, gain on the play of 5. 3rd down and 5. Clock ticking. Less than 2 minutes to play now in the game. Levenseller. Tardy back there with him. Levenseller back to throw. Steps up, throws long, wants the touchdown. It is incomplete. Was overthrown. It was intended for Norrell, I believe. Yes, Norrell. He did have a step, but the ball was overthrown.
Yeah, it won't be a boring offseason for Washington State by any stretch. They've got a lot of work to do. Killed a lot of time right there after the clock by the quarterback. Levenseller having to move guys around. This is a program that it's not too many years removed from a Rose Bowl appearance. Had a Holiday Bowl appearance mixed in. Ryan Leaf coming out of this program. Jason Gesser, of course, Hawaii football fans will remember him out of St. Louis. They've had some players that come through the system, but they're having some tough times now. Ball is thrown to Tardy. Tardy trying to get some blocking, can't do it. They wall him off and drop him inside the 40, and a late flag comes in. Solomon Elamimian and Richard Torres were there on the stop. I think this would be taunting, I believe.
Holding.
Nope.
Offense number 84. The penalty is declined. First down, Hawaii.
So Cartstetter will be called for the holding. Bank of Hawaii recognizes tonight's most outstanding players. Dwight Tardy of Washington State. Tardy, 13 carries, 53 yards. And he had 2 receptions for 6 yards. And then Greg Salas of Hawaii. Salas with his best game, 7 catches, 131 yards and 1 touchdown. Bank of Hawaii recognizes the efforts of those 2 players. Hawaii taking over. This is David Farmer. Farmer is spilled behind the line of scrimmage. Hawaii just, I mean, they're content now to hand it off and just run out the clock. It is not the most exciting brand of football, but it will yield what they have worked for all season long. It will yield a bowl bid in the Hawaii Bowl on the 24th on Christmas Eve right here at Aloha Stadium. This is our last broadcast of the season. Next week it will be ESPN coming in to do the game with Cincinnati.
Big East champs headed to a BCS Bowl.
2nd down. Hawaii will just take a knee, and that's it. Hawaii will win this game. I'd like to thank all the people from K5 for the great efforts that they have made over this season in setting up here at Aloha Stadium, in doing all kinds of things to bring you the best possible pay-per-view broadcast that there is. Also on the replay the next day, I'd like to thank our producer Dan Schmidt, Aaron Iomasa, our director, and all the people on the crew. And I want to thank you, Russ. Pleasure working with you this year in football.
Good to be back.
You know, it's amazing, but Hawaii will be 7-5. They will have a winning season no matter what happens next week, and they will go to a bowl. I consider that a very successful year.
Yep, and imagine how it would look on the resume to have a win over the Big East champions, headed to a BCS game if they could get one over Cincinnati coming into town next week.
Alexander, 19 of 34, 315 yards. That's the best that he has done. First time he has thrown over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and for the first time since Florida, 1 interception. 47 seconds left, and they're going to run a play. Ball is given to David Farmer, and Farmer wrestled to the turf.
And in a down economy, this team is just going to do its part to boost that economy, because there's going to be a lot of tickets sold now on Christmas Eve. There's going to be people out here working, because Hawaii is headed to the Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve.
For Washington State, they will be 2-11.
2-11, yeah. I've been saying that they're a 2-9 team. They're actually 2-10.
So they finish a very difficult season, a season that they don't want to repeat. I'll tell you one thing that's very interesting about this game. Next year, I believe it's on September the 12th, Hawaii will play at Washington State. And there is talk of them playing in the Seahawk venue in Seattle. So they'll meet again at the start of 2009. 24-10 is the final.
What can $6 buy you for dinner? Announcing the $6 platter after 5 p.m. every day at Taco Del Mar. Get a great deal on a complete meal, now just $6 after 5 every day at Taco Del Mar.
See? More to do. Sea Life Park. Experience the adventure.
Hawaii Piano and Household Moving. From pianos and safes to jacuzzis, we move it. Local moves, overseas moves. We do it right the first time. Voted the best of the best. We don't start our clock until we reach your address. Large specialty items are our specialty. Hawaii Piano and Household Moving.
Is your office beginning to look like a paper jungle? Desks stacked high with work, and there's no end in sight? Well, there is a way to fell the paper jungle. Time to find a new career with JobLink 8 at KHNL.com. With hundreds of job listings and top-notch employers, you can post your resume and be on your way to a great new job. So get out while you still can. JobLink 8 at KHNL.com.
You were seeing the presentation of the invitation to the Hawaii Bowl. There's the coach, the athletic director, the chancellor, and Mr. Matlin, who is the executive director. Somebody just poked him in the eye, but that's okay. So they'll give Hawaii the invite. Maybe we can listen.
On behalf of ESPN, our executive committee, our title sponsor, Sheraton Hotels and Resorts, it's my privilege to invite the University of Hawaii Warriors to the 7th annual Sheraton Hawaii Bowl here on December 24th at 3 p.m. Congratulations on a great season, Coach Mack.
Well, first of all, number one, above all, I want to thank my players. They are special. They've worked their tails off. I'm so happy for them. And I also want to thank my staff, who's been with us 100%, worked their tails off, all their families that have put in everything. I want to thank our Chancellor Henshaw, and Jim Donovan, and who? And Jesus Christ. All right. But I'll tell you what, we do accept. It's an honor. It's an honor to play for Hawaii, and we can't wait to represent Hawaii in the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl. Thank you.
So that does it. Hawaii does reach the 7 victory total that they needed to become bowl eligible. They will play on the 24th of December.
Against who?
Yes, that's the question. Against who?
Could be UTEP. Could be
many
Western Michigan. Could be Arizona State again.
Yes. One thing we know, it's going to be a terrific event. We'll take this break and be right back.
In today's changing economy, the housing market has been uncertain, and the credit crisis has resulted in foreclosures and short sales all over the island. But Realty Group can help. They offer a full-service real estate agency, a flat-fee discount service, and comprehensive lending services. Whether you are buying, selling, or refinancing, Realty Group offers quality 5-star service. Realty Group, your Kama'aina real estate company for changing times.
Why choose Mitsubishi Air Conditioning?
First and foremost, I chose it for the comfort, and second, for the proven reliability and ease of use.
We started putting them in about 18 years ago. A lot of them that we put in then are still running today.
Well, the nicest part is how quiet it is. When we had a party here for 50 people, and no one noticed that the air conditioning was on. They just noticed how comfortable it was in the room.
Mitsubishi Air Conditioning, available from AC Warehouse.
For over 50 years, generations of families have entrusted Nu'uanu Memorial Park and Mortuary to handle their funeral and cemetery needs. Located in peaceful Nu'uanu Valley, crypts for casket entombment, niches, and urn pots for cremated remains are available for one's final resting place. A full-service mortuary with 2 chapels and crematory stand ready to assist in time of need. Nu'uanu Memorial Park and Mortuary, where planning is caring.
Hawaii's keiki are the future of these islands, and family is key to helping Hawaii's keiki thrive. But a lot of Hawaii's keiki are in need of a loving family. Hui Ho'umalu is actively looking for loving, caring homes for Hawaii's foster children until they can be reunified with their birth parents. Give a child the love and security they need and deserve in order to thrive. Call Hui Ho'umalu today. Become a foster resource family and change a lifetime.
Welcome back, everybody. The Red Star moment of this game is sponsored by Heineken. It's all about the beer Heineken. And this is a 44-yard touchdown pass from Alexander to Washington. Alexander goes through his reads, and all of a sudden he throws it deep down the middle, perfectly placed into the hands of Michael Washington. 44-yard touchdown, and that pretty much sealed things up as Hawaii was able to defeat Washington State 24-10. Let's take a look at the standings in the Western Athletic Conference now. The Boise State winning yet another time. Hawaii, Louisiana Tech. Hawaii with a victory over Louisiana Tech.
And
a victory
Nevada.
over Nevada. So Hawaii is second place.
Yeah, so with all of the growing pains that Greg McMackin had to go through with his team, when it's all said and done, through this point of the season, a 7-5 record, and because the WAC season is done, they are in second place in the WAC standings, and that's pretty good for a Hawaii team. I think if for a lot of people, if they were told Hawaii's second place in the WAC before the season started, a lot of them would have jumped on it, and that's exactly where Hawaii finishes up. So congratulations to the Hawaii Warriors. They're headed to the Hawaii Bowl.
As we said before, this is our final football broadcast of this 2008 season. The Engulf and Conquer Network will come in here next week We'd like to thank the people that work with us in the booth. Felipe Ohastro, who had player identification for the University of Hawaii, the visiting team. Malia Meza was in charge of that. She handled player identification. Our statistician, no one better than Tommy Yoshida. And, of course, our director in the booth, Candice Fujishima. So all of these people need to be mentioned, and we mention them proudly. A reminder that next week's game against the Cincinnati Bearcats will only be available on ESPN. For Russ and myself, this marks the end of the 2008 Warrior football season on the home team and Oceanic pay-per-view. It's been a wild ride with some unexpected turns and many great moments. We're extremely glad that you could join us and look forward to continued Warrior success this season. Until next year, for everybody on the K5 crew, this is Jim Leahy. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been another exclusive sports presentation of K5, the home team.
Hot celebrity